Hey guys, welcome to the stream. So yeah, we're... Oh, hang on. I just got the call from Sotek. Here we go. Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, good. Alright, cool.
Fix some stupid internet problems.
No worries. Alright, so... yeah.
No, go ahead.
Oh, it's been a while since I've actually started up a co-op. I can't really remember. Multiplayer campaign. Do you want me to host it?
Sure, you can host it.
Okay. Hang on, let me just... turn that off. Alright. I'm gonna send you the invite. I'm just in Discord sending you the password.
Sure.
So nobody jumps in real quick. And then I'll chuck you an invite. Alright, should be fine to share the screen now. Alright, cool. Thanks, dude. Appreciated a $2 super chat. What day do you take your bins out?
Oh, I also got that message. Y'all
It's actually
cannot
today.
hear him?
Can't hear me. Do I need to increase
probably
my
'cause my-
volume?
Nah, that's probably because my settings. Let me fix it.
Okay. Riley Woodwell did a $5 super chat. Watching the blank out of this, I'm assuming it says shit. Let's hit them both with the support so they do more. Engagement for the engagement gods. Alright, thanks for the super chat, dude. Appreciate you.
Oh yeah, sorry, that was my bad, chat. Yeah, I forgot. I got a new mouse, a new keyboard, and new headphones since the last time I streamed. So OBS didn't know what was going on. There you go. Now you can hear them.
Yeah. OBS will forget or not detect new hardware. Mankirk did a £5 super chat. Keep up the great content, Legend and Sotek. Beastman / Chaos campaign incoming. I've already done that. I did that with Major Kill. So, I don't know. Not keen on doing that again. Yeah, those two race combination.
It'll be nice once they hopefully get reworks. I mean, they work well enough, but you're just kind of running around blowing up stuff.
Yeah, it's just a bit boring, that's all. If you're going to do a co-op with a horde race, those two are the best ones to do it with, I guess. Why isn't Sotek playing Sotek? I don't know. That's what we're supposed to be doing. I thought you were going to play as the cult of Sotek. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Alright, are we ready to start?
Yes.
Alright, let's go. I'm pretty sure I'll go first. Oh, you're not used to playing on Ultra Unit Scale?
I mean, I can. It doesn't bother me.
Good, because I wasn't going to budge on that.
I just choose not to.
Yeah, I find the balance is fine on large and ultra. I just like the bigger battles, but it goes out the window on normal and small. Basically, small unit scale is just for the memes, but I don't like the balancing on normal unit scale. Donovan W did a $5 super chat, content god. Alright, thanks dude, thanks super chat. So you're streaming this on Twitch as well?
No, I was going to, but when I fired up Restream, either because of Twitch or because of Restream, my kilobytes per second was capped at 300,
Oh.
which is a little slow. So,
Yeah.
but and then I switched it over to purely YouTube, and it kicked back up to 6,500. So it was like, all right, I guess we're just not doing that today. Happens sometimes.
What was the trick with Gaze of Nagashi mentioned in your vampire video? We'll cover that another time. Okay, we'll deal with that another time.
How have you been, man? It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, been good. There's been so many cheeses. Was that Chloe? I heard Chloe.
Oh, wow! You can hear her all the way from there.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what she's doing. It sounds like she's moving around.
Yeah, Warhammer 3 announcement was pretty big, and I've just been trying to milk it as much as possible.
I've also been on that bandwagon,
Yeah.
trying to race against all the other content creators.
Yeah.
I saw
it's
Great Book
my
of
turn.
Grudges beat me to my next video. I was like, ah, damn!
Yeah.
Still gonna do it, but damn it.
Oh, what? Everything's different in co-op campaigns. that army's not supposed to be there. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, the co-op system is a little borked, so be ready for anything. The weird shit happens in co-op.
Because normally you can take Quetzal on turn 1, but that's because the Clan Festa army is right in your way, and so you use that to get extra movement. Now, I could still get there on turn 1 by using a movement exploit, but I don't think that's fair to do that during a co-op campaign. And you're gonna have
We're on
a
the same team, so you can cheat to your heart's
Yeah,
content.
no, I'll refrain from the cheats for now. For now, we'll see. I mean, I just know too much. Oh god, there's lag. Forgot about that one.
Christian, how do I find people to play with? The way you find people to play with for that is go look up a local hobby store. Like, look for people that sell Games Workshop products, and you'll find people to play with more than likely. Or you can just join our Discord server and play with people on TTS.
Yeah. Alright, that's all I need to do this turn. Pretty funny if they actually ambush me.
I don't understand why it starts you with the Saurus building when you're playing as...
I know, right? That's ridiculous.
Genuine.
Sometimes CA sets you up to fail. Actually, they do that a lot.
I hate a lot of things about his campaign, but that one always rubs me wrong right at the start. Whoa, whoa.
If you know us, does this mean chalker armies? Hell no. I'm always gonna cheese. Football Lover did a $5 super chat. Warhammer Co-op doesn't get enough love. I love you, legend. Have a great stream. Alright, thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Well, it's just a...
I mean, I enjoy Warhammer Co-op, but it is buggy as all hell.
Yeah, look, this is not... The game is not well designed for multiplayer. It's never really been a big focus. And also, single player is just a lot easier to organize.
We're gonna squash some rats. Do we both get Lord Croc? No. Whoever gets them first gets them. If there's multiple players in a campaign setting, whoever gets Lord Croc first just has him.
So I got him. Itza starts off with Croak. Can Sotek get Croak too? No. No, I don't think so. I mean, we're on the same team, so... Like,
yeah,
it's in
technically I have Croak. Just,
so,
you know, he's on...
If we're in a battle and he's like, please let me use Croak, please let me use Croak, I'll be like, alright, I'll let you use Croak. For a certain gold prize.
I'll beg for nothing.
Yeah.
Here, I'll let you have the skinks and the Sallys.
I was just gonna relax. God damn, this is my rest time. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, no, you get to work.
Now, the real question here is, how comfortable are you playing Lizardman with somebody that is a known rat boy?
Well, I mean, I'm more here for I don't know. I vaguely trust you. I have my doubts, but it's a little bit there.
Better watch your back, tail. Yeah. We'll see how we go.
You gonna come voice stuff for me when I do some
Yeah, I
Skaven
know.
stuff in a
Yeah,
little
that's
bit?
fine. Yeah, that's fine. I need to convince CA that it's worth it to get me to come in and voice a hero character or something.
That'd be fun.
So I'm basically just accepting any offers. Oh, hang on. Jeez, give me 2 units and I still can't micro that. A lot of questions in the chat. Did you check out the poll on Reddit for most played campaigns, Lords? Ikit Claw and Carfrans are leading. I was not surprised about Ikit Claw. I voted Ikit Claw.
What? This character, the funnest and most overpowered campaign in the game, was the most played? I never would have guessed it.
So I voted in that one. And I voted Skaven and I voted Ikit Claw in the Skaven section. So I guess I know how to pick a winner.
You know how to pick cheese, yeah.
Yeah.
Cheese knows cheese.
Almost the cheesiest faction in the game.
Who would you say is the cheesiest? I'm
you got first thing you got to know what the cheese is. I would say at the moment, Yvres is probably the cheesiest. Yeah,
really?
Yeah, definitely Yvres. Have you seen the unlimited money cheese?
No, there's another one.
Well, okay, so you know the indoctrinate ability?
Uh-huh.
So did you know that the 5% that they give you does not actually deduct from their treasury?
Really?
Yep. So you know what that means, right? You get
sure,
as many.
But why don't you go ahead and explain it to the slow people in chat?
Okay, so
it's obviously not me.
Alright, so you indoctrinate as many of them as possible. So in my campaign, I managed to indoctrinate 6, which meant 30% of their treasury goes to me. Now, I did this to Tyrannok, right? When playing as Yvres.
Okay.
Indoctrinated 6 of their lords. Then I made sure that they had a gate settlement. I took all of their settlements away, apart from a gate, so they couldn't recruit any more lords. And then I gave them all the money in my treasury every turn, to which I would get a 30% return on that every turn. On turn 77, I broke the game. The economy of the game broke down on turn 77 when I had 2.14 billion in the treasury.
So, was there like a series of what was the series of experiments that led you to that?
Okay, so the first
discovery?
thing. Oh, hang on. Zager X10 did a £5 super chat. So we gonna do Legend of Total Thankwall War and Lord Master of Sotek in Warhammer 3, or are we gonna have to hunt CA down? We'll see. We'll see. I reckon Thankwall's already been voiced, but we'll see. Thank you, super chat.
I don't think so. I bet he's still in the cooker.
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Anyway, so the first thing was how to give gifts to your enemies. So I think I'm credited with the discovery of that, because I did it by accident in one of my campaigns. I found out how to give gifts to your enemies, to people you're at war with, and then somebody else, it was Thingymabob, discovered that that the treasury of the indoctrinated faction doesn't actually go down. We don't need to actually run these guys down. They're dead because they ran away once.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
And then when you combine the two, you get something which doesn't seem that powerful at first, but then once you get into the hundreds of millions, it just breaks the game completely.
Christian, it depends on what you want to do, man. Like, I really like and enjoy AOS, but it's not for everybody. I mean, you should just look into the game, and if it looks like something that would be fun, you want to get involved and start playing it. Hopefully, it'll have some overlap with the old world. But like, I don't think waiting for the old world is a great strategy, to be honest, because I don't think the old world's going to come out for like another 2 or 3 years. So, like, if you're like, oh man, I really want to get into tabletop, you probably don't want to wait.
Grey Salvation did a 2.29 euro super chat. Why no Emmy? Legend no cheese today for Horned Right? I don't know, I think Vortex is better for co-op. Adam Mould did a £5 super chat. Finally able to catch a new live stream. Thanks for all the entertainment. Big love. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Did a $5 super chat. If you could make an army from any unit's heroes of any faction, what would be the most broken powerful? It'd still be the Lizardman Pompous Skink Priest on Ancient Stegan on Ancient of the God stack. So you just need that one unit. That's definitely the most broken. Thanks for super chat. Appreciate you.
Besides Warhammer, what's my favorite board game? What is my favorite board game besides Warhammer? I mean, my favorite board game is a Warhammer-themed board game called Chaos in the Old World, which is super fun. Though it will make you and your friends upset with each other. It's kind of like Monopoly, because you're punching each other in the face as the Dark Gods the entire time.
I'm worried that auto resolve would nuke me. I had some bad experiences with auto resolve in yesterday's live stream. Auto resolve is the way that the game brings me down to size.
It is a fickle mistress.
Oh, look, auto resolve 99% in your favor. Nukes that one hero of yours that you really wanted to keep.
Andrew, just type ! Discord.
How do I replace Squighopper Horde in Army Group? I have a hard time
Put me
doing
in,
so.
coach.
Replace? I don't know what you mean by that. Control G for control group? I'm not sure what you mean. Wolf's Paul did a €2 super chat saying hi. Alright, hi back, dude. Appreciate you. Thanks for the super chat. Alright, this map here has a nice choke point.
Gift the Sotek something.
Oh, what? You haven't had a super chat yet?
No. I mean, give me a unit.
Oh, right.
I mean, I will also accept money, but, you know, I'd rather, at this moment, I was talking about a unit.
Alright, I will give you Gorok.
Ooh, neat. He is one of my favorite characters.
Now, we're going to cheese the battle, alright? So just stay back here.
Alright.
Luke Dodson did a $5 super chat. What faction are you looking forward to playing most in Warhammer 3, and which are you going to play first? I don't know what any of the races are going to... like, what the meat of their races are going to be like at the moment. It's probably going to be Kislev, but maybe Sinch? I don't know. We'll see.
Kislev will be really similar to the Empire.
Probably, yeah.
It's gonna be very similar.
Yeah.
Probably the most different thing will be... the only thing I could see really making Kislev stand out... because, I mean, Bear Cav's just going to be Demigryph Cav, but with, like, slightly different specialization. Because they're, like, the same classification as being Monstrous Cav. Kislev has gunpowder units. They're not as War Machine heavy, but... and their lores... The biggest difference between them is going to be, I think, lores of magic. Like, how they do ice magic. Because they're definitely not going to do it the way it was on tabletop.
Yeah.
Ice magic was a very, very weird lore back in the day. It was more about, like, controlling terrain than anything else.
Yeah, well, we'll just have to wait and see what they do with it. I mean, didn't Kislev get a big update?
Well, so Kislev was, like, kind of playable, as part of, like, the Dogs of War. But they only had, like, a handful of units, and Games Workshop, like, a year ago, was like, hey, we're bringing back Kislev as a starter race for the old world, which we can see now was meant to revolve around Total War Warhammer 3. It was basically, like, an early Total War Warhammer 3 announcement, but we haven't really, like, seen anything. They've just shown us concept art.
Yeah. The Game Doctor did $5 super chat. Do you think Warhammer 3 might add more than 2-player co-op head-to-head? I know the biggest complaint would be turn times, but I like the idea. I really doubt it. Really, really doubt it. I think if you ever look at the pattern, the way that CA develops these games, there's not a lot of focus on multiplayer. I think it's a really underutilized aspect of Total War. I think most people just play single player. And I think what they're going to try to do is make sure that the single player campaign for Warhammer 3 is mint. Because if they have a bad launch of that, that's so much worse than, you know, having a bad multiplayer launch. Like, Three Kingdoms.
We don't need another Warhammer 2 launch.
Yeah.
that was pretty dicey.
Yeah, like Three Kingdoms barely even had multiplayer, and Troy didn't have multiplayer at all. And I don't think it really affected sales for Warhammer, for those games very much at all. But I mean, I could be wrong coming from a single player bias, but I just, you know, based on how they develop these games, I just don't think they're focusing on that.
I think there's a really good chance that the competitive guys will probably get some nice bells and whistles, but like for co-op campaign, I don't know. Like this, it's super basic, and I just don't think there's been the push for it.
Yeah.
Like there's not. I don't know. I don't see enough of a like community-wide push of hey, co-op sucks and we want it to be really good.
Yeah.
Because that's what CA is gonna. They're not going to implement those systems in a vacuum, more than likely. They're going to do it in response to the community. And at least where I have my fingers on the community's pulse, which is in a lot of different places, I barely ever hear about co-op campaign.
Yeah. Same thing with head-to-heads. It's just not a big part of the Total War Warhammer experience, so I just don't think they're going to focus on that. But who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe they're going all out. I mean, it's been 4 years since. Well, it will be 4 years since Warhammer 2 came out.
Yeah, this has been the longest dev cycle of any of the Total War Warhammer games. So, like, if it's gonna happen, this will be where it happens.
I reckon that's largely because they've been working with Games Workshop to actually flesh out Cathay, and maybe even other races. Like maybe they're working on Nippon. Doubt it, but maybe.
Yeah, well. Based on what I think they're doing for the map, like, pretty much anybody's possible at this point, to such a dizzying degree, it's not even funny.
Yeah. But it just comes down to what they're actually working on, that's all.
Like, is End possible? Sure. Nippon? Totally. The Snakemen of Koresh? The Naga? Yeah. The Fish People? Might as well.
Tyranids? A whole shebang.
I mean, sure. I mean, if you had asked me, 2 years ago if Cathay was even a remote possibility, I would have told you no.
I'm just really looking forward to when they actually add the Men of Ruin and Haradrim. Oh wait, it's the wrong setting, sorry.
That's the final expansion, is there's like the Skaven burrow into Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Welcome to Total War Warhammer 4, where now you can play as Gandalf and Sauron.
No, Total War Warhammer 4 is Warhammer 40k Total War. That's what I think.
Middle Earth is actually the middle of the Warhammer Fantasy planet. A lot of people didn't know that, but it's true.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, you were wrong about something. Warhammer 3 is not the end times.
If demons are busting out of the scenes, that's still the end times in my book. It's not the crappy version of the end times. It's still.
Fair enough. Be interesting to see if we actually get end times units like Storm Demons.
I'm okay with Storm Demons. I am not okay with anything
Storm
that
Fiends.
came
Storm
after
Demon
before.
is Icket Claw's weapon.
Or sorry, not Storm Demons, Storm Fiends.
Storm Fiends. Yeah, come on, you're the lore master, not me.
I was just kind of half listening.
Yeah, that's okay. Easy mistake. I reckon this will cause the army losses.
Christian, yes. Yes. I would recommend it.
Oh. Oh, I can't change it right now. Just remember I don't have blood on.
I think I have blood on. I see.
Yeah, no, whenever I'm making thumbnails, I always turn blood off because it makes the thumbnail look messy, and I suspect excessive blood actually makes it not do well with the algorithm, so I always turn it off before I get a thumbnail.
That never even occurred to me, but I don't think I usually use game footage in my thumbnails.
Yeah. You gotta play the YouTube game. Get those big whoop tokens.
I mean, I've been playing it by putting my face in thumbnails now.
That works. That does work.
Which
sometimes.
I have been enjoying, to be honest.
Raven Hales did a 50 SEK Super Chat. Legit only race I don't want to see is Pygmy. Everything else, give me that shiz. Now, I don't think we're going to get Pygmies. Toffee Balls did £2 Super Chat. I am Want Chaos Dwarf. Hi, Want Chaos Dwarf. My name is Legend. How are you? I'm sure you want Chaos Dwarfs. I think that will be the pre-order pack. But thanks for the Super Chat. And thanks to...
What do I think of them adding
Raven
chaos
House.
with god-specific AOS? My only fear with the god-specific unit... Don't get me wrong. Like, the new units that they've been revealing for AOS for, like, Slaanesh and Core and all this stuff are amazing. And I would not mind them in this game. I'm just kind of scared of opening up that can of worms because there are a lot of people already that are like, well, why don't we get like Sylvaneth units for the Wood Elves? And it's like, because those don't really work together. And I feel like if you start bringing in like the new, like legit new AOS stuff into fantasy, you're gonna be opening up a can of worms that you're gonna regret real quick.
But didn't they use the Age of Sigmar models for the demons in the trailer?
They did, yeah, but they're the same units though. They're just redesigns.
Oh right, yeah, that's fair enough.
But I mean, I could be totally wrong. I mean, they could come out and be like, "Hey, here's like the new demons from AOS that like would make sense in fantasy," or like, "Here's the like if they want, they could do that." And I mean, they, you know, it's their game; they can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, makes sense. Alright, that's me done. How do I create my thumbnails? Okay, so I usually, like for the Doomstack videos, I take a thumbnail, I take an image screenshot of the army itself, and then I usually save the replay after the battle that I do, and then after I've made the video and uploaded it, I go back to the replay, look for a cool moment in the replay, and take a screenshot. Now, on occasion, I've been known to forget to save the replay, at which point I load up the save file, fight the battle again, and try and recreate that exact moment that I was looking for. Who am I streaming with? Lawmaster of Sotek.
What are the chances of getting Thankful and Vermin King? I don't know about Vermin King, but Thankful's guaranteed. There's no way they've already said they're going to put Thankful in the game.
No, they didn't. They said that he's not in game 2. Did they actually?
As far as I'm concerned, it's guaranteed he'll be in the game.
Yeah, you got to read between the. Well, I mean, you're probably right. I think they will put Thankwall in. I think there'd be a missed opportunity if they don't do it, but it's not 100% guaranteed. It's like 95%. Does Clan Festa have an army near? No. Oh man, that's cutting it close there. If I get ambushed... Oh well. When's a better time to be ballsy than during a co-op campaign? Did I miss your super chat? I'm sorry, dude. There's lots of things to go and have a look at. Andrew Matthews did a £5 super chat. Has the latest patch helped Wood Elves or small buff? It's, in my opinion, it's too small of a buff to make any significant difference, but it is a buff. Alright, there's their army. Okay. Do you know what I'd like them to do? I'd like them to actually add Scarrick Spine-Mangler as Clan Festa's legendary faction leader. I think that'd be cool. Too much?
It is a lot. I'm gonna see if I can learn out with an ambush.
You trying to ambush Skaven?
Yep. It can work. I just gotta be standing in the right spot.
In the jungles would be a good place.
Yep. There you go.
Also, you should probably start recruiting another army. On co-op campaigns, it's only 2% supply line penalty, so it's actually quite viable to just keep recruiting going. Assuming you've actually got any money, which I can't see.
I don't have a lot, but I have some. Let's see.
You can always borrow some for the Legend Bank. I have a bit. I haven't built the gold mine yet, but I'm okay for cash. Can you link Sotek's channel stream? Oh yeah, I should have done that, shouldn't I? Hey, you're doing pretty well. 677p watching. Nice. There we go.
There we go. Now we've got a good chance of ambushing.
Especially if you...
we got a 120% chance right now.
Nice. How'd you get 120%?
The right of Sotek.
Ah, right, okay. Unless you get detected, which doesn't take
True.
that into consideration, because you are very close to them. That could happen.
Survey says...
He didn't get detected, but they didn't move out. Dudley Too Far did a $200 super chat. Tell me you love me, Daddy Legend. I love you. Thank you for super chat. Sotek is playing Sotek? Yeah, that seemed to make sense to me. I mean, really, I should be playing as Clan Pestilence, but I don't think we can co-op that. Ikid is my daddy, did a $5 super chat. You can do it on Mortal Empires. I did that with Major Kill. I played as Pestilence and he played as Itza. It was called the Worst Best Friends campaign. We were co-ops, so we couldn't declare war on each other, but we did our utmost to screw each other over. What does Thanquol even do in lore besides get his shiz pushed in by Gotrek and Felix while constantly replacing Bone Ripper? He always takes the L. Alright, thank you, super chat. I don't know. He does more than that. He's got a lot of things he does.
He actually does a lot, to be honest.
I'm only just starting to familiarize myself with Thanquol. But yeah, anytime he encounters Gotrek and Felix, he gets foiled. But if Gotrek and Felix aren't in the picture, Thanquol actually does quite well. Like, I'm fairly sure Thanquol has something to do with the destruction of Itza.
Thanquol, you could basically consider, like, the ultimate king of, like, Pyrrhic victories. Where he may not... I don't know if Pyrrhic victory is even the right thing. Maybe snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. Like, he tends to lose at whatever the overall planned objective was.
Snatching defeat in the jaws of victory. I thought that was how it was called.
It is, but Thanquol's like the opposite.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of times where he'll set out to do something and he fails at that one particular thing, but inadvertently ends up doing something that, like, heavily furthers Skaven kind or accomplishes something that, like, probably the thing he does the most often is he'll go somewhere where, like, the Skaven have a strong foothold, or he's dealing with some other powerful Skaven and he ends up getting them all killed. And not destroying the enemy of the Skaven. But it turns out that that group was growing so powerful that the Council of 13 was, like, already trying to destroy them, and they were planning to, like, either try and challenge the Council or, like, start a civil war or something. So he always ends up kind of getting away with it. But sometimes he wins. I mean, there's if you read his last book, Thanquol's Doom, it's actually about, like, the one time Thanquol does his job. It actually, like, comes out on top. And he did kill, he did manage to get killed like, a descendant of Tehenuans, so, like, a prophet of Sotek kind of guy. Much to the chagrin of the Lizardmen.
Isn't generic war chief...
he did summon Scarbrand once.
Yeah. Isn't generic war chief Rat Ogre a mount called a Bone Ripper? Yes, it is. I guess that's sort of a wink to it.
Those are bone breakers.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. It's called a Bone Breaker. That's yeah, you're right. Bone Ripper is something different.
Bone Ripper is only Thanquol's boy.
Defeat from the Jaws of Victory. ACW General Burnside. I don't know what that's a reference to, but sounds good. Yeah, they'll probably go for you there. Do you know what I reckon? Well, I guess you don't have my bad luck, but you're going to get detected, the ambush will fail, and they're going to ambush a smaller army. Is gambling bugged again? No, I don't think it's bugged. I just don't do well with gambles.
Ambush foiled. You just had to say it.
Yeah,
okay,
I kind of know how this game tends to work. Well, luckily their ambush failed too.
All bad.
Did you ever find out if Dave made the dinner? They didn't message me afterwards, but I would assume so. Mankirk to the £5 super chat. So when are you and Mrs. Legend starting up a new campaign? We've blown your 100k views challenge out of the water, and it was super wholesome content. What was the 100k views challenge? I don't even remember that. Look, I'd be happy to play with Mrs. Legend, but there's two factors. One, she doesn't really like Total War games. And two, she's awful at them.
Harsh.
Well, it's just the truth. She's really good at, well, at least on par with me. She's probably better than me, actually, at Vermintide. So we play that together. So that's more likely to see. That's where we're going to see us.
Here, you
are you
control
gonna give me
that. I'll the other army.
Alright, what we'll do here is hide them so that they don't come rushing. Oh. You deployed before I was ready.
You got it.
But yeah, like, I wouldn't say a co-op with me and Mrs. Legend isn't going to happen. I just think it's unlikely because she gets distracted, and people even say they kind of get bored watching because she doesn't know how to play Total War games very well. Because it takes a lot of practice, and she just hasn't got it. And she's also not that interested, so, you know. It's much better to have two people playing that are actually interested in the game. And trust me, I've forced her to play it. It just did, you know. You can only make so much stick. Yeah, this is why I wanted to hide. They're going to rush at me.
You're doing a great job. It's just being bait for those rat ogres.
Yeah, I figured as much. Oh, you went with regular skink cohort. Noob. That's fine. Do you know the javelin one?
Pay for lots of javelins.
You would have been better off with 2 javelins as opposed to 3 skinks.
That's probably true. But I can already tell you now, I just kind of like do things that I feel will be fun.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Go.
That's totally fine. If we were playing on easy, it's fine. I'm sure these skinks are going to handle these rat ogres just fine. No, that's fine. They're just a distraction for this over here. Also, another thing is that Croxagore generals are way better on tier 1 than skink chiefs.
Oh, I know that, but I hate them on principle, so yeah.
I totally agree with that. Totally agree. But yeah, like the hardest part of a campaign is always like right at the start. So you want that sort of extra killing power, especially when you're dealing with smaller armies. You can send the Croxagore straight at the enemy lord and they absolutely pound them. It's time to turn toxic towards your wife for the sake of a game. Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd love it if she got into Total War. But it's, you know, she's not that interested in it. You've got a lone skink over here doing nothing.
Oh yeah, that is a good point.
It's alright.
Thankful. I got some. Is that Thankful does have the. Thankful does undeniably have the best survival skills of any Skaven in existence. The stuff he has walked away from is truly legendary.
He sounds so much like me. Anyway. When is Nagash going to appear in Warhammer 3? We don't know. You have to ask CA. Probably not at launch. It'll be a DLC, probably somewhere in the midway through the development cycle. They're gonna save the biggest guns for last, I think. Yeah, but the reason I think that Thanquol's already been voiced, or at least been selected to be voiced, because of the audio books for Gotrek and Felix.
That's okay. That's fair. Yeah, I didn't consider that. They'll probably use the same voice actor.
Yeah, So he's already been voiced in a number of mediums, so I just don't think they'll recast, especially considering how Jonathan Keeble is like one of the most commonly used voice actors for Creative Assembly. It's like the chances of him not being used are like he's basically a CA employee. I mean, he's not, but you know. I don't want to play Pontus. That meme is funny. Yeah.
Do I think they'll do a 6 legendary lord for Dark Elves? Yes, probably. If I know a lot of people want that, so there's a very good chance we'll see it. As for who it'll either be a lot of people want Rakarth. That's a totally reasonable option. I could also see it being one of the remaining characters from the characters we have left from the actual 8th edition book are Corrin Darkhand, Shadowblade, and Talaris Dreadbringer.
Won't be Shadowblade. He's already in the game.
Now, hopefully, we'll get Shadowblade playable at some point as like a hero. Yeah. But I don't think Shadowblade would be a very good pick. I think it'll either be Talaris Dreadbringer or Rakarth.
Yeah, I would agree with that assumption. Oh, I hate force marching into enemy territory. But I don't like being lazy. We gotta push hard against these Skaven. These rats won't kill themselves.
What's the Pontus meme? Have you not seen the Pontus meme? It's an amazing meme.
It's been around since Rome 2. It's really good.
Yeah. There was basically CA added a Pontus faction to Rome 2 that a lot of the community freaked out about, and someone made a meme making fun of them where it's basically a guy saying that he doesn't want to play Pontus, and there's a child that's trying to point out to them that they don't have to play Pontus, they could do something else, and he like just loses his shit.
But I don't want to play Pontus.
Yeah, he just screams at us. He like runs off to CA headquarters, and people just repost that meme almost every time there's an announcement because there's always someone like, "Well, I don't like this thing. They should have done."
Yeah, they did that with we did that with Cathay, where it was a. Did you see the meme where somebody showed it was Pontus, and there's like, "But I don't want to play Cathay." Well, you don't have to play Cathay, but I don't want to play Cathay. CA pandering to CCP. You don't have to. I'm looking forward to play Cathay. Who's the Ritual Master? What? What do you mean Ritual Master?
Like, which of us performs the ritual? I honestly have no idea.
Do you have the ritual resource?
I don't have any. I do have it, but I don't think I'm not like generating any right now. I have the meter at the top.
Yeah,
of
I've got
screen.
the meter. Yeah, so we both got the meter. Maybe we both have to do it? That's weird.
We share it, but either of us can activate it. I think. I have no idea.
Well, I'm generating 3 per turn, and I have 8 in total.
I have 4, and I'm generating 1 per turn.
I have 3 regions. So, yeah, we're not sharing.
Okay, resolve this.
Ooh, bad choice. You're going to lose the Bastillodon, I reckon. Are you sure you want to... I can override you. Are you sure you want to auto-resolve?
It'll be fine. I have faith.
You're right. That's not the auto-resolve I would get. I would lose the Bastillodon. Do you guys think Cathay makes stuff like Inda Nippon more or less likely? I think it makes it more likely, but still
infinitely
unlikely.
More likely. Infinitely.
Yeah, more likely, but still not likely.
Otherwise.
It's like it went from 0% to maybe 20% chance.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It largely just depends on how well Cathay is received. Like, if people play Cathay and they're like, boo, this is just Fantasy China, then CA is going to be like, alright, well, let's not do Fantasy India or Japan. But if people are like, this is awesome, and they just give it a lot of positive feedback, then they go, alright, let's start working on Fantasy India and Japan. Maybe. Don't know. It all comes down to feedback. The game doctor did a $5 super chat. You don't share the resource, but can gift it to each other on the diplomacy screen.
Oh,
really?
cool.
Let me try and do that. The meme is legend, don't be lazy, not Sotek, don't be lazy. Yeah. Auto-resolves for me are cursed. That's why I have to fight all battles manually. Because in Rome 2, Attila, and Warhammer 1, all I did was auto-resolve. And so in Warhammer 2, it's payback time. Southern Kingdoms is likely. I would very much doubt Southern Kingdoms. It's not interesting. Doesn't have a presence nearby in the area of Warhammer 3. It's so unlikely.
Am I worried Cathay will be asset flip 3 Kingdoms? No.
No.
I honestly think that Games Workshop is going to go pretty hog wild. You have to remember that Games Workshop is involved. Like, Games Workshop is very, very protective of various aspects of the IP, but the old world in particular, like, CA can't just do whatever they want. Games Workshop is designing Cathay to also likely release in Warhammer the Old World, so CA can't just copy their homework. You have Games Workshop looking over their shoulder and designing it along with them so it can be moved to tabletop, and they're not going to let them make something lazy. Like, it's going to need to be something, like, pretty spectacular.
Well, I thought Quitax was occupied by Clan Festa, and in this campaign, it is not. I did a practice run on single player just to see what was going on out here, and I could have sworn this was owned by Clan Festa, and now I don't have enough money to occupy it.
Well, you can get maybe you can get an item.
It's delays.
Are they different companies? Yes. Creative Assembly and Games Workshop are wildly different companies.
Could cancel it. No, I'll try and make some money out of this, I guess. Yay, my favorite puzzle. Okay. Easy. It's probably this one.
I do think Gorfang Rockgut is the best orc. Man, I want Gorfang to be playable. I know it's not going to happen, but I want it so bad.
Hey, I got a good item. And now I have enough money to get it, but I can't colonize it because it's been searched. Okay then, well. That was that. Okay. Okay, I should probably save up the money for... Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Could I borrow 5 gold? How do I... Yeah, I can't give you ritual resource in diplomacy. Alright. Oh, I can't ask for any less than 300. Can you give me 300? Have you got 300?
Yeah.
Because I need it for... I'll pay you back. Thanks. I just need it to buy...
It's 300 gold. You can just keep it. It's fine.
No. I always pay my debts. Except to the government. I still have my student loans and I don't want to pay my taxes. Stop asking me. You're not going to get it. No, I have to pay.
What's the difference between Games Workshop and Creative
Legendary.
Assembly? Creative Assembly is a video game company that is owned by Sega, and they make strategy video games, whereas Games Workshop is a tabletop miniatures company that makes board games, like Warhammer and Warhammer 40k and Lord of the Rings. They have nothing to do with video games. They don't know jack about video games.
Yeah. Did we eliminate Clan Festa? Are they actually gone? No, they're not. There's a hero there. You can give ritual resource. It's got a special button in the diplomacy screen, bottom left of the panel. Oh, okay. I just didn't see it. I'll look on my turn.
Hold on.
Just read about the end times yesterday. Don't know much about Warhammer Universe, and I was very sad. Yeah, these things happen.
Here,
hey, Major Kill. How's it going, dude?
Squidge, any thoughts on how they might handle trade/diplomacy between demons and mortals? I have no idea. I don't even know if demons will be able to trade. Yeah, I have no idea. There's a couple of races in the game that can't trade. you know, including like greenskins and stuff. I suspect demons will probably be in the cannot trade category, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
My Lord Korn offers
doing,
you
like,
this wine in exchange for iron, please.
Yeah, I don't see demons being super big on the needing resources through traditional means.
Can you declare war to the other player in a co-op campaign? No, you can't. We can't break this alliance. I can screw him over by declaring war on people on his border, but I can't directly declare war on him.
Yeah, if you do a versus campaign, there are ways to. I think you can build up an alliance.
Yeah, you can ally with each other.
It's just the win conditions are.
Mark Gurt did a €2 super chat. Dread Saurian named Major Kill. You know what? My first skink chief, I will name Major Kill. Maybe I'll name one of the skink units that I've recruited.
Just make them horde races, please no. Like, I don't mind if they're like pseudo hordes, like they have a horde systems, but I think like the only pure I don't like pure hordes. I think they I used to be more okay with them until I had a chat with the devs one of the times I was over there, and the problem with hordes is you can't do a lot of unique stuff with them, like. Because I tried pitching the idea to them of like, oh, hordes would be more interesting if you went to like a specific region or fulfilled certain things, if you could build like a unique structure, and it just doesn't really work. Like hordes just kind of can't do that, and I think being able to like go after specific places and have a lot of cool individuality and all that stuff is what makes a lot of the campaign interesting for people that like to play more fluffy, at least. And hordes just can't interact with that aspect of the game.
Yeah.
Which sucks, and I hate it.
Yeah, hordes are not good. Positive Gamer did a $10 super chat. Two of my favorite Total War Warhammer 2 content creators at once. I'm here for it. Alright, thanks dude. Thanks for super chat. Appreciate it. Marco Antonio Pastro did an $20 super chat. Hi Legend, I'm loving this co-op campaign, so any tips on High Elves early campaign? Never played with them. Just focus on like owning Ulthuan. Loads and loads of influence gathering and confederations. That's what you should be mainly focused on. So if you're playing as Tyrion, for example, consolidate your first province, pretty easy to do, and then just confederate.
Fight time.
Thanks for the super chats.
Thanks for the super chat. Hi, Lore Master. Could you please screw Legend over in a battle or two? I'll think about it, but probably not. I don't know, dude. It takes a lot for me to like intentionally screw over someone.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't feel comfortable doing it because I don't think he'll do it to me. But if he does it to me, oh, it's game on, bitch.
I'll think about it.
And after doing the worst best friends campaign with Major Kill, I kind of know all the ways that I could screw somebody over in a co-op campaign. So it's up to Sotek if he really wants to push that button. BJ Love did a $10 super chat. Hey Legend, thanks for the years of entertainment. Any chance you could become my cute anime wife? Pretty low chance of that, but thanks for the super chat. Ben Roseman did a $25 super chat. Love seeing my two favorite
say no.
YouTuber working together.
He just said low chance.
Which faction do you both want to play first in Warhammer 3? I'm just going to say Kislev because I don't really know the ins and outs of the other factions, and that seems to be the most hyped. Which faction do you want to play first?
Probably Cathay, if they're even remotely what I think they're going to be like. Like, if the Celestial Dragon Emperor can turn into or is actually a Celestial Dragon, I am so in. Like, give me Eastern Dragons.
Yeah, thanks for super chat. You did me dirty in that campaign, very dirty. Yeah, but you managed to pull through. I thought I had you for a little bit there. It reached a point, we reached a deadlock where neither of us could kill each other. I think my favorite time where I screwed him over in that campaign was where I forced a rebellion to occur, but then I stood next to the rebellion, and then he sent out an army to attack it, and the balance of power assumed that I would come in and help, and then I didn't. And he auto-resolved it, because he didn't want me to, because I had like loads of plague claw catapults. He auto-resolved it, and because I didn't come in and back him up, he lost the battle.
That's amazing.
That was very funny. I just ignore them, I think. In before the Celestial Dragons just reskinned Invocation of Sotek. Oh
God, don't even say that! Oh my god, no, please! Oh, that would hurt me on so many levels, dude. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that.
I fucking hate that giant snake so much.
I mean, it's pretty powerful.
He's everything I
manage
wanted,
to
and
cast
yet
it.
nothing at all what I was hoping for.
Bush Witchell did a €11 super chat. Don't listen to him. Become my cute anime waifu instead. Alright, I'll tell you what. If things don't work out with my wife, you guys will be at the top of my list for rebound. Okay? Thanks for the super chats.
Whoever the highest bidder is.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, if things don't work out with me and the wife, I'm just gonna go full greedy mode and just be like, I'm only in life for the money.
Well, they gotta prove they can take care of a good anime waifu. I mean, that's only reasonable, I think.
So you do multiplayer where you guys take turns
Kabata
on the map? Yeah, pretty much. Hey, go on.
Hey, Jalou, thanks so much for the $30 tip. I really appreciate it. It's very nice of you. Appreciate the message. Why does Kabanda exist in fantasy? He doesn't. Shut up.
Kabanda?
That was... Kabanda's a 40k bloodthirster that made an appearance during the end times. Because Games Workshop was like, well, we're killing off fantasy anyway. Let's just put a bunch of 40k cameos in since nothing matters. And there you go. And then in Age of Sigmar they realized, oh wait, that was stupid. We shouldn't have done that. So they've been retconning it all out of existence. So Kabanda's back to not existing.
Oh, okay. Do you know what I like about our banners? They look exactly the same.
Yeah, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't make it confusing at all.
All these lizards look the damn same.
Control.
Lil Tuna did a $2 super chat. Thankwell has PP or Vagine or both.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you want. Like, he's a male rat. Also, I did like a what's it called? Like a Chaos God alignment chart. I don't know if you saw it on Twitter. And I put you in Nurgle. How did you feel about that? Was I right?
No, I'm 100% on that.
That's what I thought. I figured you're a Nurgle, man.
I'm absolutely on Team Nurgle.
Yeah, I thought so. I definitely got some people wrong. I missed the super chat, did I? Sorry. Did I? No, I didn't. I may have missed an actual donation. But I can't see the super chat that I missed. If someone could put it in the chat, I'd appreciate that.
Nick, thanks for the super chat. Bet against Legend on what the first race pack is going to be. As in the first one after the game comes out, or as in the pre-order?
Blood Raid Present did a £5 super chat. Just become a Total War anime VTuber legend. It's all about rage these days. Okay. Alright, thanks for super chat. Appreciate you.
Becoming a VTuber is expensive.
What's a... Is that where you use like virtual... What is a VTuber?
Yeah, it's where you have like a anime or 3D avatar kind of thing.
Oh, right. Turin is 100%
Costs
Nurgle?
money though, that ain't cheap.
Oh, okay. Thought you missed a little tuna super chat? Ah, no worries. If that was their last settlement, you could use it as a sack city.
It is not their last settlement.
Oh, okay. So maybe they own the Golden Colossus. Because I think I've removed them from my area. Because these co-ops is a hit, what about a Throp plus Ikit co-op campaign? We'll see. We'll see.
Okay, so he wants us to do a bet on who we think the pre-order is going to be. My money's on Ogre Kingdoms.
For the pre-order DLC?
I think Ogre Kingdoms will be the pre-order DLC.
Disagree with that.
No, it's definitely Chaos Dwarfs.
I accept your challenge. Team Ogres all the way.
I mean,
because I need it to be Ogres. I need Ogres.
I think Ogres will be added into the game first after release, but I don't think it's the pre-order pack. I think that I think CA want to really generate hype and pre-orders. And I think that while Ogre Kingdoms would be good, I think that Chaos Dwarfs could do it better because you could introduce them into the game before Game 3 is released.
I think you could also do it for Ogre Kingdoms, though. Like, the map for Vortex and Mortal Empires has pushed far enough east now that you could reach the Ogre Kingdoms. Because we have it all the way up to the Nobblar country, which is like right next to the Mountains of Morn.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, there's already a Legendary Lord there, but maybe. Who am I on that chart? Cinch, obviously. I don't think there's any question that I would not be in Cinch. With all my devious shit.
Sotek hates Sotek. What heresy is this? No, I hate the way he was implemented. And my hatred is only born from the passion with which I love him. That's the problem. Can co-op use mods if both players have the same ones? Yes. Just like you can play a custom battle if you both have the same mods. Dosek, or AJ, thanks for the tip. How do I think Slaanesh demons will be implemented? I know Khorne will be hard-hitting melee, Nurgle will be tanky, and Tzeentch will be magic. Slaanesh is speed, generally. Slaanesh is the speed racer of the Dark Gods, and usually has, like... Khorne is usually more, like, really hard, flat damage. Slaanesh tends to be really, really fast, a lot of attacks, very swift units, like the fastest units in the game when it comes to like Steeds of Slaanesh, which were movement 10, which was wild. And Slaanesh also tends to be big on debuffs and armor piercing. So like Slaanesh, you would probably expect to see units that have low overall damage but high AP. But their big thing is going to be speed, like just absolute speed racer on cocaine. And then Dosek, thanks for the $5 tip. Gorfang DLC is just a big DLC that goes, here everyone gets that one lord you won't stop asking about. Well, that would just be a free LC lord, I think. But, I mean, I paid for Gorfang, but I don't think they would charge for that.
Alright, I think Clan Spittle's probably going to be my next target. But I'll have to get to Quetzal first. Okay, let's build this, and
what do I think about Chaos Demons Undivided as pre-order DLC? I think it's going to be in the base game, because they've already told us there are 9 lords in the game, and when you map that out, that leaves 1 legendary lord for each god faction, then 2 for Kislev, 2 for Cathay. That gets you to 8, and they've already told us there are 9 legendary lords in the base game. So, presumably, the last one is going to be Demons Undivided, which will probably be Be'lakor.
300 gold for Sotek dip. I'll do that as soon as I'm done constructing the stuff. But yes, I do need to pay him back. Where is the chart that I did? If you have a look on my wife's Twitter, she posted it there. So her handle's... You can find her handle in my profile. So just find @TotalWarLegend, and then there's a link right there. It's pretty much the last thing she tweeted.
Alright, chat, let's hunt some rats!
Aren't you a god of cheese? I'm not a god of cheese. I am the prophet of cheese. The god of cheese selected me to spread his word. His or her. Whatever, doesn't matter.
It's all the same.
Yeah. Genderless god. Do you think they'll make the Warhammer 3 map the entirety of the Warhammer map, or do you think they'll include all unadded areas FOF interest, but cut it off to make it smaller. I don't know. I mean,
I hope it's big.
I hope it's the whole map. I think they want to do the whole map, but it comes down to hardware problems. Like, the more territory they add, the more settlements they gotta add, sort of. Or the smaller they have to make every continent, how many settlements, like Lustria could be half as detailed as it is in Mortal Empires currently. I don't know. So yeah, we just don't know at this stage what they're gonna do with it.
Any idea for the 2 legendary lords for Cathay? Well, the Celestial Dragon Emperor will absolutely be one of them. The second one, I don't know. Well, I'm doing some research into it, but definitely a legendary. I don't know if he'll be a starting one, but the Monkey King, Sun Wukong, is in Warhammer Fantasy. There is a Monkey King. He will almost assuredly be a legendary lord. I just don't know if he'll be a starting one.
Alright, hang on. Here is your money back. Oh, hang on. You have to demand the money back. I can't give it to you unless I give you an interest. I could just give you a gift, I suppose. It's a bit more. It's a bit of interest. There you go. Doesn't let me select the amount. Alright, and I want Croak to go and have a look at what's going on down here.
Any chance the map would be a globe? Probably not. If they did do the entire map, it'd probably be like a system where if you got like all the way to the east or all the way to the west, you'd probably like click a button and it takes you to the other side. I feel like implementing a globe would be a lot more difficult. Unnecessarily so.
What do you think about
No, the Monkey King is a monkey.
Great
like, Journey to the
Unclean
West.
Great Unclean Ones will probably be Nurgle Lords in their Nurgle's Demons of Nurgle. So you probably won't be able to spam them, but you'll probably be able to... I reckon what they'll do is, for the greater demons of each god, it'll be like with the Lizardmen, you have to do it like a rite of awakening in order to get a new one. You can't just be like, I'm just going to get another one, and another one, and another one. You probably have to pay some sort of resource up front in order to even get one in the first place. But yes, I do think that Great Unclean Ones will be in the game. Bryce Bettram did a $10 super chat. Hey guys, played a lot of Warhammer video games over the years. Was interested in getting into reading the books. Should I go chronologically or go with the release date back in the late 80s?
To get into Warhammer Fantasy lore, you don't need to go all the way back.
Yeah.
If anything, going all the way back is going to confuse the shit out of you. If you're wanting to learn about like the world that Total War Warhammer is based off, you would probably want to start in like... You could start in 6th edition, but I'd probably start in 7th edition. But the army books are very, very hard to find unless you're cool with reading PDFs, in which case they're not that hard to find. And you could just read like all the 7th and 8th edition books. But if you're looking to start with like actual novels, I would just start reading Gotrek and Felix and just read the entire series, which Games Workshop has very recently re-released all but one of the Omnibuy. So there's 5 Omnibuy out right now, and the 6th one's about to come out. And it's literally all the stories, so it's very easy to get.
Yeah, thanks for super chat, dude. Appreciate you.
What Slann do you think is the best Slann? I'm always kind of partial to the Fire Slann.
Life.
I'll go Life this time.
Definitely Life, without a question. Fire is second best.
Please give me 2nd generation. Yeah. Awesome. We got a Slann.
What type?
A 2nd generation Life Slann.
Good stuff.
And he's gonna wiggle his juicy booty over here and hopefully lure some rats out.
Wow, Sentinels of Zeddy already destroyed. That's a shame. Excessive Total War did a £5 super chat. Hey guys, cool you're doing stream together. PS, did you get my email? Maybe. Thank you super chat, dude. Appreciate it.
You nerd. Fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker.
Wow, ambush the ambusher. Oh, look at that. They've got Whoop Bomb.
Won't help him where he's going.
Yeah, but their settlement's walled up. Yeah, I don't know. I get so many emails. If you sent it to my email address, I probably did get it. But I have 8,000 unread emails. So I'll get to it if I can.
Do DLC races get better treatment? Kind of. It's kind of a complicated answer. I mean, they do in a single burst, but if they need help, it tends to, like, take a lot longer for them to get it. Who's the most powerful mortal in fantasy? Archaon.
Alright. The problem here is Axolotl is a walled settlement, isn't it? Yeah, and I don't have a siege attacker. It's only a tier 1 settlement too. If only I had a siege... Wait, can't... Oh, I don't know. Alright, then let's get him greater... I don't have to go specifically for Axolotl. What's the quickest way I can get myself a siege attacker? I know. I could recruit a Croxagore Ancient. They're siege attackers. Okay, that could work. Yeah, it's only 2% extra, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay. Ugh. I'm broke. Alright, then we'll need Greater Arcane Conduit. Okay, okay. So as long as this guy here can launch the... He won't be able to launch the... Oops, no. Won't be able to launch the attack next turn. Korok doesn't have siege attack, does he? No. So let me have a look here. Where's this button? Oh, there it is. Transfer ancient plaques. I see. Huh, look at that. I can transfer ancient plaques over to you. Cool, I didn't know that. That's cool. Aaron did a $5 super chat. Is Bellicor's background the same in fantasy as in 40k? I read mainly 40k, but yes, basically the first being that was Race to Demonhood. I don't know what his relation is with what his story is in 40k, so I don't know. And if you want to hear about Bellicor's origin, Lawmaster Sotek, you just did a video on that, which I watched, which was, it was alright. I'd probably give it like C+. I'm just kidding. No, it was good. It's good.
All right, I'm gonna go delete my YouTube channel, guys, and go on I'm gonna go travel to the mountains of Tibet and meditate on how to make better content.
RB did a $10 super chat. Hey Legend, I used to be annoyed by the Skaven ETC's dilemmas as Reichland until I learned the lore behind it. Have you found that learning the lore has increased your enjoyment in the game? Yeah, I would say, yeah, it has. Yeah, thanks for super chat. Appreciate it. I hope we get Malice as a pre-order faction. Malice is already in the game.
Oh, I think he means Malice, the Chaos God.
Malal.
Yeah, he. Some people call him Malice because technically that is legally what his name had to be changed to, if memory serves. Because Games Workshop lost the rights to Malice.
Yeah,
or Malal.
I don't think that's gonna happen. That just seems really unlikely.
Alright, what are we dealing with here? Okay, it's just a garrison.
Just a garrison. Just a few warp bombs.
Nothing we can't handle.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really that into the lore when Warhammer 1 came out, and it was all pretty basic. It's just like, oh yeah, vampires, greenskins, humans, and this chaos crap. But when Warhammer 2 started coming out, that's when I started really getting into the lore, especially around the Tomb Kings area. That's what really dragged me, because I was reading about Cetra, and I was like, wow, this guy's badass. Scott Walker did a £5 super chat. It's All fun and games until you don't capture a full region because the other player Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Super Chat. United against us. Court of Libaris. What? But why? Why would they get Libaris to attack me and not you?
Because we got that snake funk in common or something.
Yeah, but I mean, Libaris is so far away from me, and like, if they wanted to save themselves, they should have. Oh, you didn't launch the attack. Oh, okay. Interesting choice.
No, I'm hoping he comes outside.
NC Blizz did a PHP 125 super chat. Coffee or hot chocolate?
So
I don't know.
yes, if any demon character, like any demon character, if it is a demon, it exists in 40k and fantasy. Demons in 40k and fantasy share the exact same roster. The lore is not the same, but the characters are all the same. Like they have the same models, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Stupid Dial of the Old One.
Yeah, I hate that one. I would like it. I think it wouldn't be nearly as bad if you could rotate the stupid
I know,
thing.
if you could rotate it. I don't want to bloody do it
Like,
all
I
in my
literally
mind.
have a mod that does rotate it. So it's already solved when I look at it.
Yeah. Hey, that's
So
good.
like, shut up, Mr. Pig. Get out of my chat.
Alright, and then we want Deliverance of Itza 3. Okay.
I don't consider Volkia a demon. Volkia does not have the demonic rules. She doesn't have the demonic
Malal
keyword. She's
did
not
a
a demon in my
£2 super
book.
chat. I exist, damn it. Oh, okay, if you say so. Yeah, isn't Volkia more like a demon prince than an actual demon?
Well, demon princes technically are demons, but her situation's really complicated because she's kind of like, she was remade physically by Khorne, but she's not demonic, and if she dies, she actually dies. Like, she doesn't get sent to like the Forge of Souls like all demons do. She's not like a true immortal. Even in Age of Sigmar, they kind of talk about that, like, she's died twice in her history, because she died the original time, and then she died again during the end times, and Khorne had to, like, forcefully scream her back to life, because apparently his screams do that. But she's not a demon in Games Workshop's eyes. Yeah, she's like a freakishly mutated person. I mean, she's a badass, don't get me wrong. I love Volkia, but I don't consider her a demon.
I can't raid, can I? No. Taking on Clan Spittle is gonna be shit. Alright, let's have a look here. The other guys, where are they? Southern Sentinels.
Volkia or Scarbrand for Mono God Khorne? Absolutely. I think Volkia would be a better starting character, because Scarbrand's more of like a wild berserker, who I think would make an excellent DLC lord, and Volkia is much more like on the ball, but either of them would work.
Dalen Dotchev did a 5 BGN super chat. Cetra does not serve. Cetra rules. Great content legend. Alright, thanks dude. Thanks super chat. Appreciate it. See, I've got enough growth as well to develop up my regions, but I might be better off just spending it here and waiting some more turns later, because I just don't have enough cash to upgrade Itza to level 3. Suppose I'll get some more money coming in next turn. Yeah, I guess I'll just see how we go. Moving on.
Why do I want Araby as part of the Southern Realms now that we know Cathay? Because I'm trying to set realistic expectations. And I don't think Araby... While I do think if they really wanted to, they could absolutely make Araby a good standalone faction. I don't think that's something Games Workshop is interested in doing, and Games Workshop is kind of like the big guy you have to impress, or else nothing's going to happen. So, like, don't get me wrong. I would absolutely love to see, like, a fully fleshed out Araby. But considering what they did to Araby in this game, where, like, they're basically just Crusader Bretonnians, and then you got, like, Rapance and Archon the Black to represent them, I just don't see there being any chance of Araby being a standalone race. Now, I could totally see them as, like, a part of the Southern Realms, where they make up, like, a portion of it, just like they did in the Dogs of... Because, like, back in the day, Dogs of War, there were a couple of Arabian units you could take as part of the Dogs of War, which Dogs of War and Southern Realms are interchangeable concepts. But, yeah, like, it's nothing that I have against them. I just don't think that is a... I just don't think that's something that the people who would need to be making the decisions are willing to do.
Alright, so Callum Yeager asks, "Hey Legend, I was thinking of pre-ordering Warhammer 3. I'm not sure. Do you think I should?" What I would recommend is, like, if you pre-order right now, you're not getting anything out of it. You can pre-order right now. I'm sure Warhammer 3 is going to be good, but there's no incentive to pre-order right now. If you want to get the best value out of it, why would you call me into this?
Oh, I thought you were already at war with them. Sorry. I wouldn't have called you into them.
Thanks.
Rip.
I mean, I was about to go to war with them. I was about
Whoever
to.
wanted that super chat earlier that asked me to screw it over Legend, there you go.
I was going to do it anyway. It's just that they might have sent their armies down south. Yeah, I'm going to go with the research. So what I was saying was, in terms of pre-ordering, you could do it now, but I'd recommend waiting until the pre-order early adopter bonus has been announced. At the end of the day, it comes down to your discretion. I'm sure Warhammer 3 is going to be good, and if it's not good, there will be lots of blood in the street of Horsham.
Yeah. Or, you know, yeah, I mean, I would, there's no rush. Like, there's so much to still learn about the game, and it's not going anywhere. Like, I know, I'm waiting to hear about a collector's edition, but they usually don't announce that until a month after. For some reason, but, you know, whatever.
Why has Crook got that? Okay.
Chances of the Fishmen getting the spotlight they deserve? It's possible, but super unlikely. I don't know if Games Workshop really ever intended to make them playable. I've heard very conflicting things on that from people who worked there. I could see them doing it. I mean, a lot of people like the Idoneth Deepkin, and I could see Games Workshop being like, okay, well, if people like the Deepkin, maybe they would like a hardcore Cthulhu-esque fish people race in fantasy. But there's no way to predict that. Do I think they will move Grombrindal's start to add dwarves to new parts of the map? Honestly,
fantastic.
No. I think if Grombrindal were ever to move, I don't think they'd send him east. I could see them sending him to...
I've heard people say Krakadrak.
Yeah, I could see him going to Krakadrak. I could see him going to...
They'd probably give him an entirely new faction like they did with Azag. Like, Azag wasn't moved into some existing faction. They put him into a new faction.
I don't... Right now, I don't foresee them moving him. He's kind of like in a weird spot because he was like a... You know, he was like a specialist free LC character that was added to the game. But hopefully they'll move him. But I just don't see it happening anytime even remotely soon. There would have to be like another rework for the dwarves, which granted they need it, but it won't be for a long time.
If you are a prophet of cheese, Spiffing Brit is who? Spiffing Brit is also a prophet of cheese. There can be more than one at the same time.
I need to check out his content. I've heard that name, but I haven't watched any of his stuff yet.
It's perfectly balanced. Would you want a Total War Age of Sigmar? Right now, no. I wouldn't want Age of Sigmar Total War right now. I would much prefer 40k.
Yep. Yep.
And then after 40k,
Age of Sigmar's not ready.
yeah, give Age of Sigmar some time to get fleshed out. They're still developing it, so give it some time, say like 5-10 years, and then get an Age of Sigmar Total War. But let's do 40k first.
Yeah, Age of Sigmar only came out in like 2015, guys. It's a baby.
Yeah.
I should visit Australia. I would love to visit Australia, especially if it was summer over here and winter over there, so I could escape summer for a little while. That'd be great.
Yeah, because winter over here is like summer. Well, it depends on where you go. Depends on where you go. My recommendation would be go to Victoria. Go to Melbourne. It's got the best culture. It's got the best cities, in my opinion. Whenever I've traveled around, I've always thought that Melbourne was the best place to go. And the least best place to go is Sydney. Don't go there. It's shit.
Duly noted.
Yeah, do you like money? You won't have any
money?
if you go to Sydney.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I mean, knowing my stupid nerd ass, I would probably, like, if I was traveling to Australia, it would probably be for an Age of Sigmar tournament, because they have a kick-ass Age of Sigmar scene or competitive AOS scene in Australia. And I'm very fond of their, the meta down there and all the stuff. So I'd probably just go to wherever the tournament was, which I think is in Melbourne. Like the big ones.
Yeah, Melbourne's a great city if you actually like holiday destinations. it's I don't know, I just think it's good.
So I think the current Chaos Legendary Lords will be getting updates for Game 3. Probably, but I mean, they just got some pretty big updates.
What, the Chaos ones?
Yeah, Sigval basically got reworked.
Oh, right, yeah. I mean, they're still kind
Archaon
of
and Colette
shit.
got little buffs. That being said, they're still, like, the Lords got some updates, but the faction...
Yeah. Yeah, that +3 weapon strength for every rank of veterancy, that's really powerful.
Yeah, oh yeah, Archaon's. Yeah, Archaon got some pretty bitchin' traits.
Why are you not inviting him to his home? Oh, look, if Sotek wants to come to Brisbane, he's more than welcome to come here. I'm just saying, if you want to go for a holiday, the best place to go is Melbourne.
Who would win in a fight, you or a kangaroo? I've heard kangaroos are terrifying, so definitely the kangaroo.
Bone Zone Throne did a $10 super chat. Love your content. Got me into playing Total War just from your videos. Keep the cheese. No worries, dude. Glad you're enjoying the game. Thanks for super chat. You know, people never used to say that when I was playing Rome 2 Total War Attila. I used to turn people off from Total War. They're like, I'm gonna check out this game called Total War Attila. What's this Legend of Total War guy like? Ah, fuck this game, it sucks. Okay, I'm not playing this game.
Oh, that's a bummer. What were they getting so upset about?
What?
So what were they getting so upset about?
No, that was me.
Oh.
That was me.
Oh, gotcha.
I would do my Let's Plays and I'd be like, I hate this game, it sucks. There's so much bad design in it. Now I just stop playing them.
Do I like Whataburger? Yeah. I don't worship Whataburger, but, like, it's open 24 hours. Like, I literally had Whataburger last night. Because I slept all day yesterday, so I didn't wake up until like 8 p.m. So at like 2:30 a.m. I was like, oh god, I'm hungry, and it's like, oh okay, well Whataburger, and like their food. If you're the thing that makes Whataburger like a holy grail to most Texans is that if you're hungover, which I don't drink, so I can't attest to this personally, but I know many people that do, and Whataburger is like the holy grail because it's good food, like it's delicious food, and it's open at all hours, so people that are trying to sober up absolutely adore it.
Alright, so I got a couple of people asking about Deliverance of Itza too. Okay, so here's the thing. When using Croak, it's not the best thing to just always go the most powerful spell. It comes down to how big the blobs are. So the blobs that we're seeing in here are not very big. If I waste 14 Winds of Magic as opposed to 11, that's not very good. So if I only see a single unit of rats that's not particularly large, I might even go Deliverance of Itza 1. But if they're all clumped together and it's a nice big clump, you better believe I'm going number 3. So you just use the spell depending on how big the clump, basically the bigger the explosion, the more rats you're going to kill, or whatever. But right here, they're just not clumped up that much. I guess what we could do is send in these two to get them to clump up. I guess I could do that.
I will say this about Whataburger. Whataburger, like, this may sound stupid, but this is something I actually care a lot about. Whataburger has the most fucking delicious ketchup on the face of the goddamn planet. Like, and they've got spicy ketchup and regular ketchup, and they're both insanely good. Like
I wish I knew. Oh, hang on. Tarkic donated $2. Oh, I missed it. Hang on. It just went away really quickly. All right, at Legend Total War, do you think they'll make the named greater demons legendary lords like Ariel and Croak? Yes, I think some of them will get named. So I reckon like Ankari, Kairos Fateweaver, these ones will get names, but there'll also be generic ones that'll just have random names. But thanks for the donation. Alan Fairlin did a £5 super chat. I love this stream. Sorry, I'm loving this stream. Good work, man. All right, thanks. Thanks for super chat. Appreciate it.
Dude, Tyler, we have so many types of ketchup. At least where I live, it's stupid. Like, there's so many kinds of ketchup.
We're getting ready for a number 3. See, this warrants a number 3.
Kaboom! It's still funny to me what they did with Deliverance of Itza. Like, it works better than it it's certainly stronger than it would have been if they had done what it actually does, like in the lore and in the tabletop games. But I do find it funny that you can just drop it wherever you want. Because traditionally, it's that he nukes himself, so it's like Croak is the center of a blast, and he just radiates out damage.
Yeah. Well, I guess he could technically still do that. Because they just wanted to give you a bit more options with it.
Yeah, they made it much better. What are the chances of adding Albion as a playable faction?
Low.
Virtually 0.
Yeah, low to none.
I won't say it's impossible, but I would say that is probably one of the least... I would say Araby stands a better chance than Albion.
Yeah, and Araby's like 0% chance.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, though. Here's the problem, guys. Albion is literally just good guy Norska. That's their problem. Like, they're so similar to Norska, it's painful. And they don't have any unique monsters other than like the Fen Beast, which is really anybody can have. Like, I know people love Albion, and that's totally cool, and I'm super sorry, but like, at least the island's in the game. It has some representation. Unfortunately, though, they're never going to be their own thing.
Add face of your mate to the right corner of the screen. If you want to see Sotek's face, go to his stream. It's right there. Link in the pinned comment. You should go. You should go and check out his stream and hit that sub button, because you're getting close to 50k subs.
I am. It's kind of weird. Aaron, do I really think they could do 40k justice with its scale and being in space and millions of planets and elves living in moving ship cities? Aaron, I think they could absolutely do it justice, because honestly, I can't see you really needing more than a planetary scale. Like, unless they decide...
Oh, no!
Like, unless they are just like, oh, yeah, you could do... like, you have to do frickin' Exterminatus, which would kind of defeat the point if you're wanting to, like, play in lots of battles and stuff. Like, if you want to... The thing is, I think they could absolutely do it. I don't know how they're going to do it. I mean, they could do it where it's system-wide and every planet only has, like, a couple of maps, but I think that would be less interesting than having, like, a super detailed planet. But, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of different ways they could do it, but could they do it justice? Absolutely. I mean, they went from doing pure historical titles to making Warhammer, and they figured it out. Like, there were some growing pains.
There's a lot of growing pains.
But they figured it out eventually.
But they got there. They got there really well. They did a good job. Took them a while, but, you know, it's not about where you start, it's about where you finish.
Yeah. I mean, considering before Warhammer, they had never done any magic systems. They had never done non-humanoid or horse things. They had never done flying things. They had never done monsters, and they got it to work really, really well.
Xander Derek did a £5 super chat asking you a question. Sotek, do you hate Grimgor as much as Legend does? So that's interesting. I get paid to ask you a question.
Thanks.
No,
I love... Well, okay, so, like, I kind of have a stupid... I don't think it's stupid, but some people do. I genuinely love everything about fantasy. Like, all of it is my baby, and I love it very passionately, except for, like, one character. And even then, like, I appreciate her. I just think she's dumb and doesn't make sense. But fucking Elspeth. But like that's kind of the thing for me, is that I am not. I love and appreciate every character because I think there are things about them that are awesome. Yeah, thanks for coming to my tech talk.
Sorry, Tristanitis did a £2 super chat. Discipline gone for dwarves, 100 turves, no hero with it. No, it's still there. It's just it doesn't show up very often, and you don't really need it since it's melee attack and leadership, which is like 2 things that the dwarves don't need at all, unless you're going Slayer spam. Which, why would you ever bother doing that except with Ungram? But yeah, thanks. It is still there. Jack Brown did a €5 super chat. Oh my god, so many super chats come through. Araby and Albion make more sense as Dogs of War faction than standalone. Also, which do you prefer, 6th edition Kemmler or 8th edition Kemmler? I'm just gonna say 8th edition because I wasn't into Warhammer apart from like 2 years ago, so I don't know anything about 6th edition Kemmler. But appreciate the super chat. Hurricane Irma did a $20 super chat. Question for either of you: do you think they will fix wall battles? If so, how? So sieges. No, I don't think they will fix them. I think they'll try to fix sieges, but I don't think that they'll succeed. It's not an area that I'm putting a lot of stock of faith in CA. They don't have a good track record with sieges. Sieges have always been one of the weakest aspects of a Total War game.
That's why it's getting redone in 3.
Yeah,
I promise.
I think they'll try to, but I just don't think that they will succeed.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be good, but it's going to be different.
Yeah. So look, if sieges suck in Warhammer 3, well, you know, as long as
sieges have always been kind of contentious in this series. Like CA's always had a hard time with those.
Sieges are difficult to do. Like some people just think, oh, just fix it. It's that easy. It's not. It's not. You make siege maps 360 degrees, it creates problems. You improve the aggressiveness of the AI, it creates problems. No matter what you do, there is a way to create a problem. There is. I don't think they've ever made a Total War game where sieges just worked exactly as intended. Every single Total War game, you can siege in a way that is broken. Every single one of them. So for example, Medieval 2, you can lure the enemy out quite easily and slaughter them out in front of their own walls. And you can sneak into the cities and capture it while they're out running after you. Same thing in Rome Total War. In Thrones of Britannia, you can just avoid sieges entirely. Same thing with Rome 2 and Attila. Just avoid them by auto-resolving it. Every single Total War game's got problems. Shogun 2 has got problems with the sieges as well.
If you're wanting to know what food you should get if you come to Texas, the big things Texas is big on is barbecue and Tex-Mex. Tex-Mex is my personal favorite, but like you can't go wrong with good Texas barbecue, especially if you're somewhere like Austin. But I like Tex-Mex is I would do horrible sinful things for Tex-Mex when I'm desperate, like especially over in like when I go visit England to drop for like something CA related. Every time when I get back from Britain, like the first thing I do is go to my favorite Tex-Mex restaurant because I'm like, I gotta get this British food off my tongue.
What?
No offense to you guys, but
their food there is awesome. What are you talking about?
It's okay. I'm not super impressed by it.
Oh man, your food must be so much better than what I'm used to then. Because I like going to the
No,
places.
I probably just have a way more simplified idiot palate.
Maybe. Tristanitis did a £2 super chat. What trait for Thane spam if not disciplined? I wouldn't bother trait spamming with dwarves. It's not important. You can trait spam if you want. It's just not essential. So it just doesn't matter. I usually go like Grugny, ancestor of Grugny. Or is it Grimnir? Grimnir is the one to make them stronger. But it doesn't matter. It's just the amount of bonus that you get out of it. It's not that big of a deal. So I just wouldn't bother trade spamming. But you do whatever you want. It's just I'm not an advocate for that. Thanks for the super chat.
What is Tex-Mex? It's Tex. So there's a lot of food that is just kind of referred to as Mexican food, but if you talk to actual people from Mexico or eat actual Mexican food, like tacos and a lot of things with like ground beef or like ground turkey or just beef and turkey in general, and like lots of cheese and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's Tex-Mex, not Mexican food. Mexican food tends to be like a lot healthier for you, and tends to be much more like vegetable heavy or more reliant on chicken. Tex-Mex is stuff like tacos, nachos, burritos. Like, it's stuff that is inspired by Mexican cuisine, but Texans or people who lived in Texas were the ones who made it. Brits have great curry. Oh, dude. So this is a funny and a sad story at the same time. During the last Ever Chosen, we were actually able to do in person since COVID happened. So we went there. You know, it was like me, the CA crew, and then like Party Elite turned Italian, and I think it was Party Elite's first time to England, if memory serves. So Dogbert really wanted to take him to a curry place because he had never had British curry. He had only had like authentic curry from the places he had visited. So we were like, oh yeah, so let's go do that. I'd never had curry before in my life, never. So we went there. And I think I had chicken masala, I think is what it was. But I had this, like, delicious chicken dish. Because I love chicken, especially, like, sweet chicken, like chicken teriyaki and stuff like that. But the problem was, I guess my body just wasn't used to the spices they used or something. And I ate a lot of it because it was good. So I just kind of, like, ate until I couldn't eat anymore. And when I got back to my hotel room, dude, I had the hardest night of my life. Like, I'm not going to get graphic with it, but
it's already gone graphic in my head.
There were things happening that have never happened to me before or since in my life. And I had to get on a plane and fly back to the U.S. the next day. And I was like, please, God, let this be over by the morning. I can't do this on a plane. And ever since that horrible evening, I can't even look at like curry without just immediately feeling sick. My body's just like, nope, that's poison, don't touch it. So like I have this horrible association in my brain that curry is poison. So that's like a totally normal thing that happens to people. If you eat food and it's not even that the food necessarily makes you sick, but if you get sick after eating food, your brain will create a causation where it's like, oh, that's poison, don't eat it. Yeah. So like I just can't eat curry now.
I have that with Jim Beam whiskey. Can't have it. I smell it, I'm like, bleh. Can't do it. Because the first thing I ever got drunk off was Jim Beam whiskey. Now I can't touch it.
I'm guessing it wasn't a light drunk, it was a all-in.
No, it was, I was only, 16 years old, and yeah, I went all in, and I shouldn't have.
Undertaker, I have no idea. It was the first and probably last time I'll ever have curry, just because if I try and look at it, it literally just is like, oh god. Which sucks, because it was really good. Jay John, thanks so much for the super chat, appreciate it. Will Sigmar be a legendary hero in Warhammer 3? He better not. No, I don't think we'll see a playable Sigmar.
Maybe.
You might see Vaulted.
Yeah, I think that's way more likely.
Because the only way we even got Sigmar is... I'll put it this way. Games Workshop was way too lazy to make a playable Sigmar model because he wasn't going to be playable in AOS, so they didn't want to give him a model. So instead of making a playable Sigmar model, they killed off Karl Franz and had Sigmar possess his corpse. That way you could just use the Karl Franz model.
Hey, that's cheaper.
It was cheaper, it's true. Alan, thanks so much for the tip, my dude. Gave Legend of Fiber. Gotta balance the books by giving me one too. Well, you don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Some curry will sluice right through you. Yeah, dude, it was... I don't know what happened to that curry in my stomach, but what it turned into was pretty unholy. I'm gonna be honest.
I've had an experience like that too. But it was in Australia. I had a hot vindaloo. This was the day I decided never to eat super spicy food again. Because I like really spicy food. And it's fine when you're younger. And you can deal with the ramifications of it. But I had to work the next day, and I spent half the day on the toilet. And it just, it was very difficult to sit afterwards. And I was like, that's it. Never again. I'm just gonna get mild curries from here on out. Papa Ika did a $2 super chat. Hurts to hear, as I love curry. Very unfortunate. Alright, thanks for super chat, dude. Appreciate you.
Sorry, guys.
I love curry too. I love curry too, but I refuse to eat spicy curry.
It tasted great.
It tastes great. I love it, but I won't put my body through that again.
Dude, I'm such a bitch when it comes to spice. Like, I just, oh my god, it's from my mother. My
How
mother's
old am
the
I?
same way.
I'm 33 years old. I'll be turning 34 soon. I'm old.
That's not that old. You're the same age as my brother.
Well, maybe you're the same age as my brother. How old are you?
I am 29.
Yes.
As of like a week ago.
You are the same age as one of my brothers.
Nice. Is Sigmar one of the missing Primarchs? Probably. Sure.
I guess Indian guts are just superior. I think it's just a case of if you can build up a tolerance for it. Like, yeah. Like, it's just... Like,
I'm pretty
I
sure if I had not, like, eaten until I was bursting, I probably would have been okay. But I literally, like, ingested, like, a ton of just foreign things that my body had never had before. And my body was just like, I don't know what to do with this.
Hmm.
Chat asks, Legend, what food would you recommend in your part of Australia for visitors?
Burgers. Burgers and steaks. Basically, don't really look for, like, authentic Australian food, because I don't even know what that is.
That's fair.
Look, here's the thing about Australia. We have no culture, okay? We are basically just, like, part British, part American, something in between. We're just like, we'll just borrow a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, the language is from England, but we've got a lot of American food here, and a bit of this, and a bit of that. It's kind of like, it's just a melting pot of all different cultures, but we don't actually really have our own. Yeah, just burger joints and, I don't know. Yeah, that's all I would recommend. Foxy Nate did a $5 super chat. This dude liking Tex-Mex more than New Mexican is hilarious. Green chili, greater than jalapeno 100% of the time. Cool.
I will never understand the fetish for green chilies, because that's the only way I can describe it. Freaking New Mexicans. That's a New Mexican. If they're worshiping green chilies, then you're a New Mexican, whether you're born there or not. Every time I visit there, that's all they talk about. It's like a religion. Freaking cult.
Don't talk about religions. Alright, what am I doing here?
Foolish thing. Behold my
Do I think we could see Aerloth in Age of Sigmar? Honestly, no. I think if they were going to use Aerloth, they would have already done it.
Wow, you're still besieging the Golden Colossus? What are you waiting for?
Attrition.
Okay, you've got a siege attacker. Okay, I guess there's no real risk happening.
Lizardmen are basically immortal. I'm patient.
Okay, if you say so. I've had too many disasters sent in to know otherwise, but okay. Australia got no culture because Europeans killed them. I don't want to talk about this stuff. Okay, no. People go, take it too far. You took it too far. As usual, people just... You know, you say something and they're like, I know, I'll just dial that up to 100. Okay.
Yeah, I'll take that small comment you said and run with it until it just it blows. The sun it blows.
Hey,
up.
Legend, do you want to get demonetized? Answer my question.
No thanks.
Colin Haynes, thanks so much for the tip. Great to see two of my favorite channels together in one game. Just joined your Discord, Sotek, and I love seeing how friendly everyone is. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Somehow we're still keeping things relatively chill over there. I don't know how.
It's chill. Yeah.
Bryce, Bertram. Hey, Sotek just jumped over from Legend Stream. Thanks for the tip.
Traitor!
Have I played the Warhammer II that came out for PS2? What? It was my favorite RTS. Oh, have I played a Warhammer game that came out for PS2? Which one? Was that Mark of Chaos? Or was that like Shadow of the Horned Rat? There's been a couple of Warhammer strategy games that came out on console.
Is there ever a good reason to maintain sieges that have taken the settlement ASAP? The only time you would besiege a settlement, like the Golden Colossus,
Don't
as an
judge
example.
me.
Oh, I'm gonna judge this all day long. The only reason why you would hold on to it is if you were confident that you wouldn't be able to win it. Sorry, let me rephrase that. If you weren't confident you would win it. Otherwise, especially against Skaven, you should never hold a siege on Skaven, because the longer the siege goes on, the more chance a army will come up and ambush you. Especially if they've got Warp Bomb nearby, very, very bad. But there's no risk of that for Clan Festa because they are wiped out. The big downside with what Sotek is doing right here is that he could finish this battle. It's honestly, he's got the force to do it. He could have recovered by now, and then he could be taking on somebody else. And while he's not taking on somebody else, they're building up. Like, Clan Pestilence is actually right on his doorstep at the Southern Sentinels right now. So I would giddy on up and hurry up before they declare war on you. Yeah, because
I'm gonna be slow just out of spite.
that's fine. I mean, that's fine. It's, yeah, I'll come and back you up one way or another. But Clan Pestilence is right there. Just letting you know.
He'll come save me when I'm in my last settlement. I'm just sitting there like, you can't tell me what to do.
I would not wait. But that's up to you. Your choice. Alright, let's move on.
What are my thoughts on Sarthorio? Sarthorio is the original. He's like the OG design for the bird, the Changer of Ways, or Lord of Change. I honestly, I don't really think he should have been playable in the first place. He's very weird, and he kind of causes more problems than adds fun for like the Warriors of Chaos faction. But I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings on him. I don't think they're gonna change him. I don't think there's any point to messing with him at this point. Like, just leave him there as like legacy content for people that did all that garbage to get him. And if somebody wants to play with him, they can, but I would not change anything about him. I would just let him sit there and be an old man that people can be like, oh look, I'm playing with this weird old version of the model. Like, great, good for you.
Alright, here we go. Rack did a CZK 100 super chat. Kari is a secret chaos god. I had a date in Kari restaurant and had a lot of Kari chicken food. After the dinner, we went together to her place and I had so bad diarrhea that I clogged her toilet. Sounds like the plot of Dumb and Dumber. Thanks for super chat, dude. Appreciate you. Also, yeah, you've got the easiest settlement type to attack here, so delaying this was, well, it's up to you. Like, depends on how much you want to cheese. Karu, sorry,
He's gonna hate how I attack this city. I can already tell.
Well, it's up to, it's your faction. You do whatever you want, okay? But I will be judging. Kamarodin, sorry, I'm butchering your name here. Kamarudin Siddiq says, at Legend of War, I think Gold Coast is turning out to be the best city in Australia. I've been there a few times. It's an awesome place. I actually grew up on the Gold Coast. I think it's changed a lot recently. I never really had that much of attachment to it, but depends on what you want. No, what am I looking at here?
You can't stop me.
Best Bloke did a £5 super chat. If you eat spice regularly, your brain releases endorphins and you build up tolerance. So you have to eat more and more spice to get that hit, addicted. Alright, fair enough, dude. That's no problem. But, you know, I really just couldn't afford to sit on the toilet for my work at the time. Like, this was when I was broke. I could not afford to get fired. So, you know, it wasn't worth being like, to my boss saying, he's like, hey, why are you always on the toilet? And I'm like, look, I'm trying to build up a tolerance to curry food. Give me a break. I kind of had to work. So I couldn't afford to do that. I probably could afford to do it now. But then you guys would be like, Legend, where are you? Why aren't you live streaming? Why is he spending so long on the toilet? Oh, you gave me some units.
I gave you an army.
Thank you, Super Chat. Appreciate you. You should scold Sotek for his bad sieging. Bad Sotek, bad. He just, you know, it's fair enough. Like, I get it. You don't want to cheese. Cheese is boring for some people. He's not an advocate of siege. It's fine.
I'm just doing what I think would be fun.
Yeah,
that's
just have
all
fun.
that motivates me.
Let me ask you something. Do you think getting destroyed by Clan Pestilence after this battle will be fun? Because here's another thing to consider. If you get wrecked in this battle here, it'll lower your army strength rating, and Clan Pestilence will look at that and be like, ooh, I'm gonna declare war on you. Because the AI declares war on you based on, like, how much they like you, but also if they think that they can hurt you. Not if they can win the war, but whether or not they think they can hurt you. So if you lose a lot of troops in a battle, what will usually happen, especially on legendary difficulty, is that you get a bunch of war declarations over the end turn.
I'll be okay.
Yeah. Well, I hope so, because, please don't drag me into the war.
I evacuated that tower.
Don't drag me into the war against, Clan Pestilence. Like, I'll come and help, but I have to get rid of Spittle first. And I also want to get the jump on Pestilence.
No, I won't drag you into it.
Okay. When do you born? I was born in 1987. In Melbourne, Victoria. Oh, we share magic.
Do we?
Yeah. Because you just cast a spell and my wins went down.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that makes sense, but...
Just watch out for them warp bombs. They're a non-silent killer.
Oh yes, we are intimately familiar.
Do you think all the currently legendary lords will be available in Warhammer 3 Mortal Empires? Oh yeah, they'll all be available. CA's not going to leave anyone out. Everyone will... Why can't it? That's weird. Yeah, everyone will be available in Warhammer 3 eventually. Like, I don't think anybody that's currently in the game is going to be available in the base game of Warhammer 3.
No, it'll probably be like a month or a couple months before everything before, like, I don't know what they're gonna call it, Immortal Empires or whatever.
I think they've confirmed they're just gonna call it Mortal Empires again. I thought they were gonna call it Immortal Empires too. Can I be a mascot of anything? You can be the mascot of Bad Advice if you want, Grimgor.
Oh, bummer.
Well, that's what he's. Unfortunately, when I see him in the chat, that's the first thing I think of. Oh yeah, you're the guy that gives me lots of really bad advice. Although to your credit, I think one time you gave me a good bit of advice. Once. I think this battle's going pretty well. Oh no. Stay away from me. Stay away. Don't warp bomb. Have you kept track of how many warp bombs there's been?
They've each at least one.
Okay, cool. They just did one over here and it was a complete waste. Yeah, that one could have been nasty if they had gotten closer to me. Do you think we have any chance to see Slanesh in her full glory in Warhammer 3? Maybe something similar to the Blood Pact, maybe? I don't
Game 3.
I don't think there's going to be any sexualized content in Warhammer 3. I think Slanesh stuff is going to be pretty censored.
There won't be sexy demonettes, but they will not be nude. They're gonna be like witch elves, where everything is strategically covered.
Yeah, if you can really call them sexy. I mean, even Marathi's like borderline. Ugh. I don't know.
As sexy as the graphics can render, I'll put it that way there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't account for personal taste.
Can I be the mascot of reminding you after the fact so you notice me? I'd rather you didn't. What is the cheese you didn't want to explain in the last Rate My Doomstack video? Oh, right. Unlimited casting. Yeah, it's broken. Yeah, I don't really want to go on about it because I don't want CA to fix it. So if I make a video on it, it goes on the Reddit, it'll get fixed. Like everything else that I've covered fairly recently. So the best way to keep it for as long as possible is for CA to not know about it. Which I'm sure they're aware that it exists, but they only fix stuff if there's outrage on the Reddit. So as long as we don't let that happen, then everything should be fine. But yeah, it's possible with any dragon, any lord on a dragon, to cast basically unlimited spells free of Winds of Magic cost, including Wind of Death.
Good grief.
Yeah. Yeah, we tested it out in a custom battle the other day, and I summoned unlimited zombies, and I had free Winds of Death. So this can work.
Is that a new bug?
Nah, it's not a new bug. It's been in the game for ages. It's just that I only recently.
I know that can't be working in like multiplayer games.
Oh yeah, it works in
Notice
multiplayer.
that.
Yeah, it works. We tested it. It works in multiplayer.
Because like the World Cup's about to start, and they okay, I guess I'll
Like nobody's gonna do it. Like you'll get disqualified if you do it because you'll see it coming from a mile away. But yeah, anybody can do it. So you can totally do it. So if you see a vampire account lord just summoning like unlimited zombies on your battle game, they're doing the exploit. Does it have to be a dragon? No. There are some laws of magic that can do it within their own law of magic. So, for example, fire, beast magic, law of light, although law of light's kind of tricky. Both of the greenskin magics can do it. But if you don't have one of those laws of magic, you need to be on a dragon or have the bound fireball spell with the Ruby Ring of Ruin. Then you can do it. Please tell us how. No. I'll show you how later. Maybe. We'll see. Beast Magic can do it. So Tehenowin can do unlimited Winds of Magic if he wants to, later down the track. If you get the right spells. I asked Turin what the opinion about it is, and he said, short, it's a form of cheating, so you'd get banned. Oh, I totally agree with that. Yeah, like if you did that in a multiplayer match, that'd definitely be cheating. Like, I think single player, if you want to do it, who cares? But like, if you did that in a multiplayer match, you'd get.
I do not believe there is such thing as cheating in a single-player experience. Like, if you're not competing, okay. Like,
Laser Eye 57 did a 20 NOK super chat. Vegemite Izumgak. I don't care, dude. I don't eat a Vegemite anyway, so I just don't care. It's funny how everybody who wants to insult Australia always goes straight to Vegemite, like I'd give a shit.
Curious about Vermin Lord still. If they do Thankful, it'll probably be in like a last Skaven DLC that'll probably come with Storm Fiends and Vermin Lords. It's not guaranteed, but it's likely.
Yeah, maybe. Well, considering Game 3 is kind of demon focused, I think there's a good chance that Vermin Lords would be added to the game since they are demons of the Horned Rat. Yep.
But I think they're gonna add a way to dispel magic in Total War Warhammer 3. Not if Duck has anything to say about it, which he does. Duck hates the dispel idea. I've talked to him about it a lot.
What? Dispel?
I would love to see a dispel system, but because it would just be nice to exist, but I don't think they're gonna do anything with it.
Are you and Legend of Sotek fighting against each other? No, we're cooperating. It's co-op. I don't like head-to-heads. Head-to-heads are gross. I don't like them. They're bad.
Johnny Otterson, thanks so much for the $3 tip. How is Cetra so powerful? Does he have the strength of a giant or the speed of the elf or something like that? Cetra has a lot of notable power. Oh, this shouldn't be that bad, honestly. Well, the rat ogres might be a problem, but I'll manage.
This would be pretty funny, actually.
Cetra is powerful because he basically did anything and everything, no matter how deplorable, to acquire more power, and he lived a very long time and was blessed by all the gods of Nehekara. He was just a big deal. He was just a big deal.
Aren't Vermin Lords OP as fuck in the lore? Wouldn't that invalidate regular Skaven Lords? Well, it just depends on how they go about it.
I mean, that's like saying, aren't Slann really OP characters when they invalidate all the other Lizardman Lords? I mean, do you see the problem?
Yeah, I mean, they'll just find a balancing way to so that you can't spam them. Maybe.
Or, you could just let players do what they want.
Yeah, it's a single-player game.
I'm just going to min-max. Yeah, I guess that guy is going to take a lot of them, but not everyone's going to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a single-player game. Just make the game fun. Don't worry about, like, people being like, but that's not balanced. It's like, it's Warhammer. Like, nothing's fair or balanced in this game. As long as it's balanced in multiplayer, relatively speaking, I don't think it really matters.
You're rats.
Legend, is Sotek your boyfriend? Oh, we haven't gotten to that stage yet. We haven't had that talk.
There are some things written on the sacred plaques that y'all just aren't ready for yet.
Yeah. Don't tell my wife, by the way.
Which god is my favorite? Nurgle's my favorite chaos god. My favorite god in the setting is Sotek, but Nurgle is my favorite chaos boy.
Which god would I'd Horned Rat. Didn't take me long. Definitely the Great Horned Rat. Which he became the Great Horned Rat after Fantasy ended, so before that was just the Horned Rat.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
I think he's still technically the Great Horned Rat.
Hey, do you want some hindsight advice? This would be super useful for you. But the javelins would have been great against those rat ogres, not against Skaven slave slingers. Oh, those are night runners. Okay, maybe. Okay, that was fine. I guess that was fine.
Honestly, I forgot about the rat ogres till you said that. Yeah. That is why I'm hiding in the forest, though, so they at least get that penalty when they come in here.
Yeah.
Come here, little rats. Come play.
M1 HMS did a $30 super chat. Happy Lunar New Year, Legend. Alright, thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Oh, is that today?
I don't know.
The Lunar New Year? I guess.
Is that Chinese New Year? Because, like, Creative Assembly posted about it on...
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so it's the year of the ox. And,
very cool.
I think that signals that it's going to be Hashut for the pre-order bonus.
I like your reasoning. I don't agree with it, but I like it. it's
all the stars are aligning, and it's definitely going to be Chaos Dwarfs. I'm willing to bet $500.
Really?
Oh no, I did a video where I said that if I'm wrong about it, I'll donate $500 to whatever charity, and I'm going to donate $500 even if I'm right. So that's fine.
Fair enough. I was going to say I'd take that bet.
Really, you'd bet $500 that it's going to be Ogre Kingdoms over Chaos Dwarfs?
Yeah, I'll even bet it as a charity angle.
Yeah, okay. And then Indie Pride got in on that as well, and he's betting for ogres. So maybe I'm outnumbered 2-1 at the moment. Hunter Olsen did a $5 super chat. I appreciate the streams; they keep me busy while I'm working from home. I especially love the Empire streams. No worries, dude. Thanks for the super chat. Tariff says cow. Alright, what's a male version of a cow?
Not a bull, right?
Yeah, because a cow is a female bovine. When you get super technical. The species is called bovine. Well, or ox, whatever, who cares. Milk and cookies, no indie. Oh, okay, so milk and cookies and indie pride are the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know why he has two names.
I do, because when he started up the channel, it was two people. There was indie pride and somebody else, and then he left the channel, and he just indie pride took control of the channel, but didn't change the name. So yeah, that's all. So I just know him better as Indie Pride. Oh no! 343G Spark did a 5 SGD super chat. Legend Total War, what do you think of the odds are Torok since is the year of the bull? I think it's pretty likely. Yeah, maybe like 5%. I don't know.
Oh, please God, give me Torox. I love Torox.
I mean, a part of me kind of hopes that the next DLC isn't Beastmen at all, and that we actually get Dark Elves versus Vampires with like a Dwarf FLC. I'd like that better than Beastmen, because like, I don't really think CA can do anything with the Beastmen and make it lore friendly and also make it interesting, because Beastmen suck.
Oh. I like Beastmen.
Yeah. Nah.
Well, rip us. Fine, whatever. I didn't like that salon anyway.
This wouldn't have happened if you occupied the settlement straight away.
Yes. That is technically true. Fight to the bitter end.
I think Darren is
man.
with you on Chaos Dwarfs. Wouldn't Darren know though? Ugh. LaserEye57 did a 50 NOK super chat. Sorry man, the Vegemite Zumgak SC was not meant as an insult towards you or Australia. Just thought it was funny, a Warhammer themed joke. Oh no, that's totally fine. Like I don't get offended by it at all. It's just that it's like the go-to thing that people do. Like, oh, you're Australian? By the way, Vegemite sucks. I'm just like, I don't care. I don't even eat Vegemite. You know?
Stupid rebel rats.
Yeah. It's kind of like the go-to thing that people do, and it's just like, oh, they just sacked it. Oh, but you lost your slan. Ugh.
That's okay. I don't know much
Theo did a £50 super chat. Hiya Legend, pre-ordering your Total Warhammer 3 streams early.
Did I
Okay.
play Battlefleet Gothic Armada?
Oh,
I
what?
did. It's a fun game, but I did not like the single player campaign.
Alright, thanks for the super chat. Can you believe it that Kalida moved all the way over here to attack me? She's at
Holy
Itza.
shit! Yeah, I see her. It's hilarious. Oh my lord! I don't know why she's ignoring me. That's hilarious.
Well, she's not at war with you.
Well, I know, but like, I don't know why she's not at war with me, considering that you and I are allies. And
Oh, they, would you believe it that Clan Fester actually dragged them into the war with me? For some reason.
rude jerks.
I can't believe she went all this way so quickly as well. Like, she must have ran all the way up through here, trespassing along everyone to get to me.
What an absolute bitch! Oh my lord.
I don't think she'll win. Like, my garrison's pretty good, and it's as hard to assault, but she might just avoid it and go straight for quick attacks.
She does have tomb swarms.
No, that doesn't matter. The AI is actually bugged. They cast it on themselves, so that won't matter at all.
Oh. I got a lore question. How were the Nehekar and Tomb Priests able to cast rights after Nagash destroyed the Covenant? Oh, Simon. Oh gosh. So the The situation with the Nagash trilogy is kind of complicated because the Nagash trilogy is a little all over the place as far as like, did everything that happened in the Black Library trilogy line up with everything that happens in the wider Warhammer Fantasy world? And the answer is kind of. But while the covenant with the Nehekaran gods was destroyed, it somehow, some way, that either did not include Usirian or the Tomb Kings were able to kind of fiddle their way around it. But Usirian was really the only one of the Tomb King gods that survived like the entirety of the Nagash incident.
Yeah, so I got a super chat to read. Adam Mold did a £2 super chat. Could the Sky Cutter get added? It's a great model. Possibly. I don't think it can't be added. It's up to CA though. I'm just trying to think how to go about this. Because, like, I don't think her army's, like, super strong. It's just full of skellies. And I've got... Hang on, do I get a Rite of Awakening? No, because I haven't owned 20 units yet. Could do the Rite of Resilience.
What happened to Scarstick in the end times? He eventually kind of won. Well, sort of. He sort of won the war for Carrick Peaks, but like the Skaven beat him, but he wasn't like completely out yet. He was just sort of recovering after Gobla died. And basically the Skaven bribed him with Belagar's head to just kind of leave, and he did, and we never saw him again.
Alex Cannon donated $5 through Super Chat. Hello, boys. How do you think they may balance... Hang on, I gotta wait for it to... Oh, there it is. How do you think they may balance ogres in the next game? How to deal with bonus versus large, and possibly that ogres will be very weak? Have no idea. Maybe they'll just get buff stats. Who knows? Like, we won't know until... I'm hoping
they'll like have some sort of way to reduce bonus versus large. Like maybe their gut plates will give them anti-bonus versus large, but it may just be you have to use a lot of shooting and not blars.
Man,
Underling, thanks for the super chat. I have a question about the lord. Do I think we'll get a fox sorceress as a legendary lord for Cathay? I do not know. Granted, I don't know a lot about Chinese mythology. Like I haven't read Journey to the West, and I don't know a lot about like the religious mythology and all that stuff. So I'm not really sure what are like the major characters, so to speak, or like creatures or entities within Chinese history or mythology, except for like Sun Wukong, which is Journey to the West, and you know, like we know the Celestial Dragon Emperor is probably going to be one of them.
Right.
Could there be a fox sorceress? Yeah, totally. I don't know what she'd be based on though.
So just bear with me. Just this. Yeah. This. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what I'm doing here is I've set up I put a what's it called, a Croxagore general in front of Itza in the hope that Khalida will actually attack him, because I don't want her to besiege the settlement, because it'll not cancel, but it will cut off my trade, which isn't a lot, but it's just something. Also, her auto resolve chances will be better out on the field. Now, Itza would be able to kill her, like the city itself would be able to kill her army off really easily. But here's another thing to consider. When we rout or crumble their units, they're dead for good. She can't replace them easily, whereas our units will just rout. So, I also get access to skink priests that I can summon, so I'll be actually able to use magic. So, even if I lose the battle, I'll get 2 uses of those abilities. Plus, the Lord will run behind Itza, and I've got Blessed Saurus Spears that I could recruit if things do go to shit. But I don't want her to go to Quitax, so I don't need to win that battle in order to win the situation. That way I don't need to send Krokgar back there, sorry, Gorok, and I can continue on to Altar of the Horned Rat. However, I'm looking at their strength ranking, and they're a little bit weaker than me, but they're probably recruiting. If I was to go to Altar of the Horned Rat, and there's also marks of the old ones, that's probably the 2 settlements that they own. Alright, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna move to there. I'm gonna put this guy in ambush stance, and I'm gonna recruit some more skinky boys. Alright, and we'll just see how that goes. But yeah, we got I got a difficult end turn coming up, I think.
Did I ever try Warhammer Mark of Chaos? I have full playthroughs of all the campaigns on the channel, so yes. I own it. You can actually buy Mark of Chaos in GOG, like right now. It's a great game.
What kind of exploit are you talking about in the Blood Dragon Doomstack? Ah, it's where you can cast unlimited spells for no winds of magic. If you, oh no, you can't.
Trying to get close enough where I can at least reinforce it.
Yeah, I was just thinking if you created a lord there, you could attack, but of course you can't do that. They're out of his zone. They're covering his zone of control. And she did exactly what I wanted her to do. Okay, cool. I have to not fight this in auto. She doesn't have any siege attackers. Is she a siege attacker? No. Okay, so she cannot take Itza this turn unless she obliterates my army, which the chances of her doing that... In fact, I think I'm going to win this. Because I have access to the Lore of Heavens.
Some serious boys.
Yeah. But the main thing here was we didn't want a siege because it's our capital.
How many snakes are too many snakes? There's never enough snakes. Unless you're fighting, like, Kalita snakes, in which case there could probably be too many snakes at some point. What's my opinion on the Forge of Date these days? I don't think they're done updating it yet, so I'm reserving my opinion until they're done with that.
Hey, how did you and Lawmaster of Sotek get in such good shape for the thumbnail? Steroids, maybe? No, it was Zumba.
Mine was Ring Fit Adventure.
How do you cast spells for free? We'll explain it another time. That's not the I don't want that to be the focus of today's live stream. People just going to keep on asking about it, but I don't want to go on about it. It's been the focus of the past 2 live streams. Just you can go back and watch those, and I'll cover it again in the future. I might make a video on it at some point when I feel like it needs to be patched, but I want to play around with it for a little bit first. CA always take away my toys.
That's true, they do.
I told them about the Entrepreneur Lord cheese with Warden Paunch, and they patched it before it came out. And I was like, ah, you ruined my fun.
Yeah, Aaron and Jay, go for it, dude. Possibility for Putrid Blight Kings in Warhammer 3. The same chance as in the other AOS Chaos stuff. Like, it's not impossible, but I don't think it's super likely. I honestly think Creative Assembly would rather invest in, like, giving them, like, really unique, like, Nurgle Chaos Warriors, Nurgle Chaos Chosen, Nurgle Chaos Knights. Like, have them have, like, unique assets and unique abilities, as opposed to, like, putting the AOS stuff like Putrid Blight Kings in the game. Which I know Putrid Blight Kings are technically from the End Times, but the End Times was literally just an excuse to release AOS models before AOS was out. That way they had something to work with. So, like, while they are technically in the strictest sense an End Times unit, they're not a fantasy unit. They're an Age of Sigmar unit. They were designed for Age of Sigmar, not fantasy.
Got a lot of kills, but I'm not sure if that was worth it.
Well,
I was hoping my guy here would rally.
Well, yeah, so were the Glotkin and the Maggoth Lords, but they're not meant for fantasy. They were meant for AOS. Like, I know you might not like hearing it, but that's the facts.
Okay, let's make it so these guys here can't get away from us. Alright, this one rallied, that's good. Alright, I think this is going okay so far, not perfect. Oh, no. You need to move around over this way. Yeah, see, look, they cast it on themselves. The thing. We're not even getting
Will this
hit by
stream
it.
be saved? All my streams are saved.
Where would we do the most damage? Probably over here. And remember, we don't need to win. Alright, come over here. Looks like a good opportunity for some spell casting there. Yeah, those Necropolis Knights are giving me a hard time. Ooh, this will be a good one. Alright, I think I got 11 kills, but did 9,000 damage. Well, that's in total. Already got a cast off. How long has he got left to go? Which type is he already? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I need to know if I want to cast. Alright, no, he's still got plenty of time. Oh, there come the sharp teeth. That's fine, I think. Good, that got loads of kills. He's decaying pretty fast now. Alright, our last spell. Quickly before he... Did it still cast? I think it cancelled it. I think we're okay here. At the moment. Definitely got some units that are starting to waver. Here we're going over here. Because they're surrounded. Okay, I need to get over here and help them out. Try and lure Khalida away if possible. My general's in really good shape. I'm out of really cool abilities now. Will this live be viewable later too? It always is, yeah, there's always an archive. Yeah, just lure Khalida away, that's good. Some guys are about to rout. It's not ideal. Okay, get that one out of there. That's it. Khalida's been lured away. That's great, because these Cold One Spear Riders suck anyway. Here, I'm going to give them to you. Could you just, like, lure Khalida away? Don't actually engage with her, just keep luring her away.
Okay.
Wait, yeah. Just so she doesn't get involved here, because I can't really actually do any damage to her.
Mac and Chi, the Creative Assembly had no ability or authority or whatever to determine what Tic-Tac-Toe's mount was. It's just based on his design from tabletop. And he was put on a pterodon, which was stupid because it conflicts with his design of being a melee character. That's GW's fault, not CA's fault. That has nothing to do with the DLC free LC thing.
Yeah, we're gonna lose over there. Yeah, I might still lose the battle, but I reckon Khalid is going to end up with way more damage than I will.
You want me to, like, cycle charge her or just...
No, just don't even bother, it's a waste of time. It won't do anything, just keep her away. She's more valuable over here than over there, and the, I'd like the Cold One Spear Riders to be available in the next fight, if there is to be one. Because I'm not super confident I'm going to win this. And keeping her out like this, that's actually really helpful. Okay,
well, Kelgar Iron Fist, the problem with Techless versus Tic-Tac-Toe is that Tic-Tac-Toe has a named mount that's like, he has to be on. And Creative Assembly generally does not like to add a mount that's like higher tier than whatever the named, like, iconic one is for that character. Do I think Beastman will have a rework before Warhammer 3? I would be willing to bet a pretty substantial amount of my income that the next DLC is probably Beastman.
Yeah, it probably is Beastman, but I just don't want it to be. Still got a lot of my best
units. Do I think Zinx will have trade
units.
and diplomacy options? I don't think he'll have trade, but he'll probably have some diplomacy shenanigans.
Skinksby and Skinks. Stinky Skinks.
Well,
right.
Undertaker, the only time we really got to see Cathay, like, do anything was in the Tarmakon saga. And in Tarmakon, Cathay was pretty freaking terrifying. Like, they kind of, like, absolutely bitch-slapped everything that went up against them.
I don't know if I'm gonna win this. It doesn't look like it. Leadership is just falling apart. But like I said, we don't need to win it. We don't need to win it.
Cody F-Zero, thanks so much for the tip. Who would win, the Celestial Dragon Emperor or the Father of the Chaos Dragons? Galrach? I have no idea. I don't know what the Celestial Dragon Emperor is capable of. We know literally nothing about him. I don't even know if he is a dragon. Like, there are rumors he's a dragon, but in the old lore, he was just a man. And it was just a title. But in more recent lore, they were like, oh, but rumor has it he's a dragon, which would be awesome. But there's no, like, confirmation of that. So, I would think that if he is an actual, like, dragon that can, like, has enough magical power, he can turn himself into the form of a man, then, yeah, he could probably beat Galrach in a fight. But it would probably be close. I mean, Galrach is a pretty big dick dragon deal.
Get some more crumbling over here, that'd be good.
Doesn't Cathay worship Tzeentch? No. They just have a big Tzeentch cult problem, but they do not openly worship Tzeentch.
Come on, Croxigores, don't fail me just yet. See, most of my troops routed, they didn't die. Most of Khalida's army is actually dead. And if we could just not rout for as long as possible, we could just get their forces to crumble to death. See, look at this. Nearly full health, dude. Fucking routing. Lizard boys being scared. It's just because of legendary, but it's fine. Like I said, I wasn't expecting to necessarily win this. It'd be good if we did, but we don't have to win it. Shit.
What is Cathay? It's Warhammer's version of China.
I think army losses is coming. Right, so just let's just mitigate damage. So we lose the battle, but I think just keep the battle going for as long as possible, because they're still crumbling. We can still get them to lose more units.
How would the Jade Vampire bloodline be implemented in Cathay? They'll probably just be like a minor faction of vampire counts. I doubt they'll be playable.
It'd be good if this one could come back. Come on, rally. I'm not gonna give up yet. Still think there's some hope. Not much.
Valkia is a Warriors of Chaos Lord. She's not a demon. Even though she looks and acts like one sometimes, she's apparently not one.
Biggest problems now are the sepulchral stalkers. We're not out yet. We're not out yet. Fucking slow Saurus warriors.
Any reason why Warhammer should have its own version of China except for big Chinese market? You're aware that the Warhammer fantasy world is just our world, right? Like, it's Earth, but with fantasy races in place of some cultures, but it's based on all the most, like, prevalent cultures from across our entire world's history, all smashed together at the same time with, like, crazy animals and dinos and monsters and stuff. So, China's a pretty big part of human history, so why wouldn't Warhammer Fantasy have a Chinese faction?
But why no Roman Empire?
We do have the Roman, kind of. Those what the Hives are.
Are they? I thought it was actually Tilia, but whatever.
Well, yeah, I guess. Well, Tilia's more like.
I mean, they don't really resemble the Roman Empire, but they're like Italy.
Yeah, they are Italy. Yes, I think they're more like post Roman Empire. The High Elves are more of like your Greeks/Romans.
You keeping Khalida away is such a benefit to this battle.
You're welcome. It's so hard.
Yeah. I think the Croxicore Lord might be able to beat Khalida in a fight, but she is anti-large, isn't she? Let me just check. No, she's not.
I don't think so.
No.
She's just AP, right? I can't
Not
even
even
look at
that.
her.
Oh, you have to click on her banner and then click on the ground if you want to see the tab.
Oh, I learned something new today.
That's actually an exploit, so you just cheesed. Ah, you're now infected with cheese.
Oh my god.
There we have it, folks. We've just
I can't believe you've
infected.
done this.
We just infected Sotek with his first exploit. I don't know if that was actually your first exploit.
No, I exploit things sometimes.
Keximar did a $2 super chat. Hi, Daddy Legend. Teaching Sotek how to cheese. Just tricked him how to cheese there, sort of. The shots of the sepulchral stalkers.
So they did a Warhammer Caesar. What? Curious Geezer? I don't think Curious Geezer was like. Yes, he was named after Caesar, and he died in a very similar fashion from like the legendary play. But it's more of a like huge goof than anything. Do I think Neferata and Nagash will be in the same DLC? I doubt it. I think Neferata is going to be a Vampire Counts DLC. Nagash is probably going to be like his own giant thing. Like, Nagash will be a big deal. That's not going to sneak up on us. That's going to be like big and advanced.
And also, I think Neferata's coming in Warhammer II.
That'd be neat. I don't think she's going to make it into Warhammer 2, but...
Then why did they add the Silver Pinnacle?
Why?
Just to taunt us, the assholes. Be like, hey, look at all these dwarfs and vampire counts that don't get a DLC unlike everybody else in the game.
Oh man, this is so close.
I still can't believe they gave us a stupid-ass Skaven versus Dark Elf DLC instead of Skaven versus dwarfs and Vampire Counts versus Dark Elves. I will be eternally angry about that.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright, even if we lose the battle now, there is no way that Khalida can take the city. There's no hope for her. Most of our troops ran away because they're cowards. Well, this is it. She got nothing left after this. Oh, you fucking cowards.
CA gave us more Norskin Lords with Warhammer 3, who I think would be a good choice. If they want to do something fun for the community, they could absolutely upgrade whatever that lord that terrorized everyone during Warhammer 1 was. Whose name I'm forgetting.
Which lord?
The chariot. The meme lord, the chariot AI character.
Oh, Surtha Ek.
Yeah, Sotek Coop. They could make Sotek Coop playable if they wanted to like really hit the meme button
Back
hard.
here.
Personally, what I would request from them would be a Thamir Matriarch Legendary Lord. Thamir Matriarchs are like literally giant, pissed off Thamir that are like super powerful spellcasters
Bitch,
and are really scary.
Piece of crap.
You alright over there?
It's just these guys are super slow and derpy, and I'm getting bogged down. I just need a little bit more damage on these sepulchral stalkers. I reckon they did more damage to me than anyone else.
So, for the 7 vampire lines, 6 bloodlines have been confirmed, right? Well, we know where all 7 bloodlines, like, went, so to speak. But, with one going to Cathay and the last one supposedly went to the Southlands.
Got him, and Khalida is still in the fight. Okay, well, I need some time to rest now. Alright, could I get control of those cold ones back? I'll finalize this battle. Thank you.
Like, honestly, the big thing about vampire counts is that Games Workshop never wanted to get too specific about the last 2 bloodlines, because the whole point was that whenever someone like created their own vampire character, you were supposed to be able to like kind of create your own bloodline, which was represented by taking like the generic guys. So like whenever you make a generic vampire lord in Total War Warhammer, you can kind of look at that from the perspective of, oh, I'm playing with my own bloodline, or you're like, oh no, I'm the descendant from whatever bloodline. I mean, that's why personally I am not an advocate for. I know some people want to get rid of the generic vampire lord because they're like, oh, it's redundant. I don't consider it redundant so long as the other 2 bloodlines are not in the game, because it can represent your own bloodline. Like you can make up your own stupid headcanon about it, and it's totally fair.
Alright. So can Khalida defeat my damaged 5 last units here? Let's find out.
I mean, yeah, I was going to say, between the Bastillodon and the Crux
it just comes down to leadership here.
Character butt. Just got to get through the poison debuff. How can Skarbrand lead Khorne's armies if he's exiled? Skarbrand's exile has less to do with him being like banned from any particular place, and has more to do with the fact that Khorne literally like stripped away most of his sanity and left him only his rage, and he just like roams around blowing shit up. Like he's not.
There we go.
He's not like all there. He's just kind of like a giant crazy monster that, if anything, serves Khorne better now than he did when he was sane, because all blood serves Khorne. So even if Skarbrand is like slaughtering whatever, like he can kill whatever he wants, and it's just making Khorne happy.
I didn't lose any units. They were just cowards.
Nice.
There we go. The plan worked. It's always important to have a plan B if possible.
Done.
And that way we didn't get besieged. Oh no!
That's a lot of rats.
Oh, yeah, I put this guy in ambush. Well, I think I put him in ambush stance. Doesn't matter though. I definitely don't want to give them another opportunity to go into ambush stance. So I don't see any of this as being a problem, apart from any assassin lords that they have. Yeah, they got an assassin lord, but he has on force march.
They
okay,
have one.
Fine. Yeah, just one. That's fine. And then there's just Skaven slave spears. Sorry, Skaven slave slingers. Apart from that, you know, Itza gonna be okay.
Wasn't Drakenfell's teased in the Solostra epilogue? Yes, because Drakenfell's is around. He's an entity known as the Nameless, and he ends up becoming one of Nagash's Mortarks.
The Nameless?
The end time cycle.
Isn't he the one that the Skaven invoke? Or was that a Vermin Lord?
No, the Screaming one. Is
the Screaming one, that's it, yeah, that's it.
Are always talking about.
I'm sure most people would associate the Screaming one with Dryka.
What lores of magic will Kislev have? Hopefully Kislev will have the lore of ice and the lore of hags.
Lore of fire, lore of dark, probably lore of the deep.
Let's toss in the lore of pestilence while we're in there.
Lore of plague. Probably some vampire magic. Probably high magic as well.
Which one is more likely? Are you more likely to die in the Chaos Waste or the Jungles of Lestria? Well, you would die very quickly in either of those options. The Chaos Waste, you'd be more likely to become immortally tortured because something would like devour your soul and consume you and tear you apart for all eternity. Whereas in the Jungles of Lestria, you're just gonna die. Like, the worst thing that will happen to you in Lestria is you will die. Now, the way you die might be pretty horrific, but you're just gonna die.
You might even
Die!
Okay, if you are bitching in my chat about me interrupting Legend, then go to his stream.
What?
Why are you in here if you're complaining about him?
Look,
being
that always
cut off by
happens.
me
That always happens in co-op campaigns where we've both got chats, we've both got to answer it, we've both got our battles to do. We're naturally just going to interrupt each other every now and again. It's just that's how co-ops are. Okay,
like,
you just gotta chill.
I'm even not holding down my button when I'm talking to you guys sometimes. So if you're in his chat, I won't be interrupting him. So get the fuck out of my chat, you big baby.
Okay, now I can put them on thingy.
Should vampires get access to the lore of Ice and Warhammer 3? No.
Oh, I didn't do that. Sorry. Is that just joining Sotek's army? No. I'll tell you what, I'll give Sotek a unit. There you go.
Oh no, I have to pay attention now. Vaguely.
This battle's not gonna take too long. I'm not anticipating any problems here.
I'll just focus on chasing off fleeing units. That's a good job.
Actually, I'll leave Gorok to keep fighting, and Croxigors are pretty good at taking out generals. Oh, it's not mine. No blood on. I know, but I can't actually turn it on from here. I have to remember to do it on the campaign map. I just forgot.
Yeah, use summons on me, you dumbass AI.
That's it, lure him away, that's awesome. Good job. That was a very bloodless explosion. Yeah, I don't have the blood on at the moment. I turned it off accidentally. Well, not accidentally, I just forgot to turn it back on.
Do I think the lore of Ice will ever make it to Age of Sigmar? Probably. I'm sure we'll get some sort of Ice faction at some point. Because right now, I think the Beastclaw Raiders don't have magic, right? They just have, like, prayers. How do I think CA will represent the Great Bastion in Warhammer 3? It'll probably be, like, a set of buildings, or maybe, like,
forts.
a giant unique building or some crazy bullshit. But
It'll be like Wolf
awesome,
one with forts.
hopefully.
It'll be like it'll be like a lot of unpassable territory, and then there'll be fort areas that you can...
Yeah, that makes sense. Should light magic kill vampires? No, that is what light magic does. Light specializes in like banishment, and getting rid of foul or unnatural magics, not life. What Warhammer race would I be? What the hell is a PFP?
I have no idea.
Zero, thanks so much, dude. What faction are you two going to play first? For me, I'm going with Kislev first. I love my Ice Warriors and Polar Bears. I'm probably going to go Cathay just because they'll be like so exotically different. Unless somehow, I don't know how, but I'm not impressed with them, in which case I'd probably go Nurgle.
And I'd go Cinch.
I don't know why the AI keeps using its summons on me, but I'll take it. I can just run away until they fall apart.
That's actually really good if you can get rid of their clan rats. That's really helpful. So, in case you're wondering why I'm not casting any spells, I want to get some magic up, cast it on these Skaven Slave Slingers. If I cast again, we're not going to get any regen. Well, it's going to be really slow. Alright, I got enough for 2 casts of this. That should be enough to finish the battle. How fast are they? Yeah, they can outrun a Croxigor.
Get Legend to try Warhammer Online with me someday. I don't know if MMOs are really his speed.
Yeah, I just don't have the patience for it. They just take too long. And if I got into it back in the day, I'd probably be totally down. I just didn't know about it. I don't mind MMO RPGs. Like if they came up with a new Warhammer MMO RPG, I'd be totally down. But I don't know. I definitely watched some of your gameplay of it. I just think it's a bit old.
It is. I won't deny it.
I think there's probably a lot of nostalgia factor, but I just don't have that, because I didn't play it.
Totally agree with that. Oh, Aridin, I can't see your profile picture, dude. All I have pulled up is, like, the pop-out chat. How do I think Gut Magic will work if the race pack is Ogres? Well, it'll probably work like it does in Tabletop. Gut Magic has some pretty devastating damage spells that are like big AoE pops. So it'll probably have like a single direct damage spell that's good at hurting like single entities or like small units. It'll probably have like a giant FU vortex spell.
Oh, crap.
And then the rest will probably be buff and debuff magic. Are Fire Slayers on the same level as Fantasy Demon Slayers? Fire Slayers in AOS are much stronger than Demon Slayers in Fantasy.
Actually, can you see profile pics? This is what I see. This is what I see. So, I guess I can, but that's like pretty bloody small on my monitor. But most of the time, it just comes up with a N, S, N, D, that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's a couple here that I can see your profile pics on. But it is very small.
You get a summary of Drakenfel's lore for someone that knows next to nothing about it. Drakenfel's is a little complicated, but the TLDR is basically he was a super duper duper powerful enchanter wizard guy that in his original lore, he was basically the, if you know who Vandal Savage is from like DC Comics, he was very much like him, like an immortal caveman type guy that found like a weird magic stone or power that made him immortal and really smart. But they kind of retconned him a bit, where he was made more into like a hardcore demonologist, necromancer, dark magic specialist until he became immortal, kind of like a necromancer tends to, where he was like alive but not healthy, but he was alive at least, and he gets killed by the vampire Genevieve, and her allies. And after that incident, but the problem was he was a true immortal. So when his body was destroyed, he ended up like just kind of being like a spirit that was just kind of hanging around. There were some shenanigans where he tried to come back to life a couple times. But eventually he lived for so long as just a bodiless horror that his spirit sank into the depths of the vaults, which is a giant mountain range. and in the black pits under the vaults where he was bodiless and unable to experience any sensations and was just by himself for thousands or hundreds of years, he went absolutely batshit crazy. Or maybe not hundreds of years, I think it was like decades. But he went completely insane, and he forgot his own name, so that's why he's called the Nameless.
Reverse Phantom did a $3 super chat. Good morning, Legend. How's the day and campaign going? I think the campaign's going pretty well. At least on my side, I'm doing alright.
Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm hopefully going to be securing my second province here soon, so I can advance my prophecy of Sotek. Oh yeah, and when he became the Nameless, he didn't have a body, but he acquired the ability. I don't know how, but he acquired the ability. He's kind of like an invisible giant tentacle thing, because he's apparently has like tendrils or tentacles that can stretch very, very far, like hundreds of yards. And if he touches you with one of these invisible tentacles, he literally just possesses your body, whether you're living or dead.
Yes, thank you.
And he can just control you like a puppet.
I can't without getting out of the game. Sorry, guys. I can't. It's not important, though. We'll turn it on blood for next time. Yeah, I'll just have to remember that. Sorry.
Do I think the Lorifier might be available to Kislev due to Daz being one of the gods they worship? That's certainly possible. They might have like just priests. I could see them having like a warrior priest type character.
Not trying to jinx, but do you think Warhammer 3 will get delayed? I mean, it doesn't have a definite release date at this stage, so it could get delayed without us even knowing it.
So as of now, no, because we don't have a release date. So
the only thing that could make it delay is if it pushes to 2022. And if that was the case, it'd be the first Total War game in a very long time that wasn't, like, didn't have a yearly release.
Yeah, there's no way in hell they would do that, unless it was just like the game was just so not ready. They're just like, we cannot physically do this. I'm pretty sure they would rather eat, like, I'm pretty sure they'd rather eat dirt than not release a big title at least once per year.
Yeah, something like that. I think this area is weak in magic. I don't get much reserves. See, this is how you do it. You attack straight away. Don't give them a chance to
I don't need any
recover.
of your sass. What AOS unit or faction would have worked best in fantasy? I mean, any of the demon or mono god factions would literally translate 1-to-1 into fantasy, no problem whatsoever. Sylvaneth, I think, would have done okay, like translated pretty well just by expanding the Forest Spirit roster, because they don't add like crazy shit. It's just basically more advanced Forest Spirits. But I think Nighthaunts would have been absolutely kick-ass in fantasy, because they're basically just like, oh, what if we took Karen Raised Banshees and made an entire faction out of them?
So, someone's asking if I'm expanding too fast. Technically, yes, but also no, because you kind of need to put these Skaven down right away. And
Skaven are pretty freaking annoying.
Yeah. Otherwise, this is going to be endless rats, and the best time to fight the Skaven is when they're only tier 1 and tier 2, especially when you're playing as Itza. Once they start getting weapons teams, it's going to get a lot harder. A lot harder. So, if I can get rid of them before they get to that point, well, that'll make it a bit easier. Especially considering there are so many Skaven clans here. So, I'm not worrying too much about expanding. I'm more trying to eliminate Clan Spittle than I am trying to make a profit. It's why I'm not building anything in that other province. I don't care if I lose it. I just don't want Clan Spittle to exist anymore.
Who do I think the first Ogre Legendary Lord will be? It'll be Grease's Goldtooth. There's no way, like, whenever they release whatever trailer or thing is going to be out for the Ogre Kingdoms, whenever they do get announced, it's going to be Grease's Goldtooth.
Nah, Shrek.
Like, he's such a ridiculous model, in, like, a good way. Like, he's from a comical standpoint, and also just representing what the Ogres are about standpoint, Grease's Goldtooth is probably, like, the most iconic model in the entire Ogre range. He will absolutely be on the front, like, the headliner for that.
How the hell did I get the Mace of Ulumak? Don't I have to... Oh, I got it. Alright, cool. Isn't it funny, with Gorok, his, like, weapon, which you get you know, without having to do a battle, is actually pretty good. But then his shield, the shield of the Aeons or whatever, it's fucking rubbish.
Yeah.
As like one of the most difficult quest battles in the game to do. And then you get it, you're like, why did I do this?
The Kai shared quest is a bitch. Just because you have to keep the stupid AI alive.
No Rite of Primeval Glory cheese, is Itza? Oh no, you only do Rite of Primeval Glory if you lose your initial army. That's the only way. Like when have I ever done the Rite of Primeval Glory? I only ever do it in saving a disaster.
Expensive, right? And it's expensive upkeep.
Yeah. You only do that if you're in an absolute emergency. Like, if I wanted, like, I'd still need to get 12 grand as well. It's just expensive. So yeah, you just do it in an emergency. Oh man, hiccups. We're just not in that sort of situation. Like, our cheap-ass skinks can handle it for now.
On first announced, the Epic Store said release date is September 2021. Do you think that's an unintended slip? No, I bet the September release date is probably just a placeholder. Like, whenever they, like, a lot of companies put a game in their system, they, like, have to have some sort of release date. So they usually, I think, like, they probably just pick a month that they're like, this is probably fair.
Do you think they'd give...
I would be surprised if it came out in September. I'm expecting, like, a November release.
So someone's asking, do you think they'd give Empire Ogre Mercenaries?
I think that's certainly possible, but I think if they're going to do Ogre Mercenaries, it'll probably be available to, like, most factions, not just the Empire. If they introduce a mercenary system. Now, if you're talking about, are they just going to add an Ogre unit to the Empire roster, I think the answer is no. I think they'll either do a merc like Dog of War system where you can hire certain kinds of units using some kind of new system, or they're just not going to bother with it. I think you will see Chaos Ogres, though, for the Warriors of Chaos roster.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, the Empire's already got, like, tons of sort of mercenary kind of units that you can just recruit straight away.
Yeah.
I guess they could just give
like
them another
so many
Ogre
toys
one.
to play with, like, good lord. Eunice Korkmaz. I'm not exactly sure what the explanation behind, like, how everything's going to work and Game Theory is going to work, but the important thing to remember when it comes to the lore of Warhammer Fantasy and its relationship to Total War Warhammer is that at the end of the day, Rule of Cool is going to win out, which is the way it should be. Like, they're not going to let the lore stand in the way of the game. Sometimes they might, like, try and explain things, like, how are demons able to manifest anywhere? The vortex is still standing? Well, maybe Warhammer 3 takes place at the same time as Warhammer 2, when the vortex is getting all destabilized and messed up. And if the game takes... And we know Warhammer 3 is going to, like, primarily feature the Realm of Chaos as, like, its dominant playground, which is where demons just hang out normally. And they can, like, extend down into places like Kislev and Cathay and stuff, like those northern realms, just when things get, like, a little fucky. So, like, if the vortex is flickering and you had, like, high chaos corruption in those areas because the mortals of chaos are invading, demons would be able to manifest very easy. Do Lizardmen have problems with the Beastmen? Yes, very big problems.
Bubba Big Blast did a $5 super chat. Real question is, why is no one talking about the Border Princes, since they seem pretty relevant considering the new Eastern inclusion? Are they really relevant? Are they? I don't think they're relevant at all. I mean, they're in the Mortal Empires map. They're dead in the center at the moment. I don't think it's even going to come close to being in the Border Princes. The Border Princes are like border of the Empire to the Badlands, not border of Cathay to whatever.
If they were going to do Border Princes, they probably would have done it during Game 1.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Border Princes are nowhere near Game 3.
They're not
even
relevant.
Remotely close.
Yeah.
Border Princes are part of what I consider the Southern Realms.
Yeah.
So, if I were to make the Southern Realms a faction, it, like, you know how kind of right now campaign packs come with 4 legendary lords. The 4, like, groups I would make up the Southern Realms of would be, like, Talea, Estalia, Araby, and the Border Princes. Like, those would be your 4 guys.
Dylan Holt asks, for a $5 super chat, hey Legend and Sotek, any idea of how the Great Maw could play a role in the upcoming map and potential faction mechanics? It'll probably only have a mechanic for the Ogres whenever they're added. Maybe their campaign will be centered around that.
It might have a unique landmark because it'll probably be on the campaign map. Like you'll be able to see it because it's going to be huge, and maybe there'll be like a settlement next to it. And if you take it, you can get like some unique gimmicks depending on what faction you're playing. But for the ogres, I imagine it's going to be a pretty hefty mechanic. Good win. Any hope left for Araby? Not really.
No.
Sorry.
There's no hope for Araby. Technically, you can blend Dogs of War and Border Prince together as a faction. Yeah, I get that, and there's a lot of talk about that, but I just don't see why they would do it. It seems pretty low on my relevancy list in terms of this is like Game 3 is very much a demon focused game that is set in the north, which will be Kislev and east of Kislev, and that just doesn't include the Southern Realms. So Dogs of War, it's just something that's been hyped around with CA not feeding at all. So I just don't know why people would expect that. Like, CA is not feeding the hype into that one bit.
Will High Elf colonies be on the Warhammer 3 map? I would highly suspect that you will see most of the races in Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2 as AI factions in Warhammer 3. So, like, you're going to see High Elf colonies, you're probably going to see Vampire Counts, you're probably going to see Empire. Like, you're probably going to see a lot of the races you're familiar with, just like how when Warhammer 2 came out, a lot of the Warhammer races were on the maps already. They just weren't playable until they made Mortal Empires. They'll probably do the exact same thing.
So we can get a Slab Mage now, but I want to save up my money because I got a lot of building to do.
And I think the Fortress of Dawn or the Fortress of Dusk, one of those is, or the Fortress of Twilight. I forget which one it is, but the High Elves do have a fortress not too far from Cathay.
Alright, so I need public order, but I need money more. So I'm going to go money.
Will you see actual manifestations of the Chaos Gods in Game 3? Maybe in, like, the cinematics. They're not going to be playable, no.
Do you think Warhammer 3 will be more optimized than Warhammer 2? Probably more optimized, but it'll probably still run, like, kind of crap.
Yeah, I mean, well, you got to be able to combine it with the first two games.
Yeah. It's probably... Like, I'm getting a feeling that my computer's probably going to need an upgrade in order to run it, like, well. Because I was playing Troy today, and one thing I noticed about Troy is that it's not as well... Like, it doesn't run as well as Warhammer 2. Despite there being, like, vastly less assets in the game. So... CA is always looking to up the graphics and stuff, and there's just going to be so much in the game that I just... Yeah, you probably... Like, if you're doing Warhammer 2, like, poorly with your computer, it'll probably struggle with Warhammer 3. How long do you think we get DLCs before next Total War? Don't know. I think there'll be one Lord pack, and I think that the pre-order race is actually going to be playable for Warhammer 2, and then I think that's it. So yeah, I don't think there's much more for Warhammer 2. Because,
yeah, Warhammer 2 I think has got one DLC left, and then we're done.
Yeah, one Lord pack left. That's what I think. People claim the optimization Troy is really good. Guess that was BS. Well, I don't know. All I know that, I mean, I had the graphics set on pretty high, and there was some definite, like, stalling that I didn't have in Warhammer 2. Without there being anywhere near as many units on the battlefield, so...
Yeah, remember, yeah, and Troy, I would not look to Troy for Warhammer 3 related info. Those are going to be, like, totally different branches and, like, not related. Different dev teams, different branches, like, it's yeah.
You're playing Troy? Yeah, I've been playing a little bit of Troy over the past 2 days just to see what's up with it. I wanted to try out the Amazons, and I didn't like it, so I started an Achilles campaign. I was like, ugh, this campaign sucks. As in the horde mechanic for Amazons. I didn't like it at all. I was like, yuck, this is boring. So, because people have been asking, do you think the changes to the hordes that they made in Troy, do you think they'll make it into Warhammer? And I just didn't like the horde mechanic in Troy. I didn't like it. You know, I took a look at their buildings, took a look at how they recruit things, and I was just like, you know what? I just don't like this. This does not seem fun to me. Troy's like a big blooper for the series. No, it's not a blooper. Look, I think Troy as a game is fine. Like I'm playing it and I'm enjoying it. I just didn't like I didn't like the hordes. Didn't find them fun to play. That being said, I only played it for like 20-30 turns, and then I was like, yeah, just would way prefer playing a settled faction. Seth66 did a $5 super chat. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you. Try Ajax. He's really fun too. Yeah, well, I'll look into it. So I've not played Troy because I don't want to download Epic Game Store. Well, if you just wait 6 more months, it'll come out on Steam. The recommended specs for Warhammer 1 and 2 are pretty much the same. Just checked. Okay, well, we'll see if that's the case for Warhammer 3. Stream it, goddammit. Nah, I'm not gonna stream Troy.
That can hurt the algorithm.
No, it'll definitely hurt the algorithm. Like, it's not as good as Warhammer 2. Just straight up, it's just not as good. And there's... Like, it's okay. Like, played it in my own time, it's fine. But it's not something that I could sit there and, like, play it for 6 hours at a time and be like... actually okay with that. Like, I just played in short bursts. I'm like, I'm gonna play a bit of Troy, and then I'm bored, I'm gonna go to bed, sort of thing. Wyatt Martelik did a $5 super chat. Thanks for the entertainment. Cheers. No worries, dude. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you.
Do I think we'll ever see the glorious Abarash in Total War Warhammer? No. I think the instant they put the Red Duke in the game, any hope of Abarash was shot in the head. Because there's just not enough of a difference between the Red Duke and Abarash. I think your best chance is that, along with Boris Todbringer.
Taurus Budbringer.
Your best hope is that him and the Red Duke get made fully playable and get like unique skill trees, and their models get tweaked up a little bit, and they get some actual voice actors in for them. And they get made their own factions, which I think is going to happen because they know people want it. It's just not time for it yet. I don't know what they're waiting for, but they're waiting for something. I think the Red Duke is going to be your Blood Dragon character. If you're super duper lucky, you might get Wazoran. No, sorry, not Wazoran. Gosh darn it, what is his name? No, the Blood Dragon buddy. The one who
yeah, I can't remember his name either.
Harkin, it's Harkin's like foster brother.
Luther Harkin. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
It's Luther Harkin's foster brother. I can't remember his name.
Sam P did a $10
like,
super chat. Howdy Legend. Currently in the middle of an Eltharion campaign. Not sure what Doom stacks to make. You've tried a ton recently. Any suggestions? Knights of Tor... what's it called? Thanks for super chat firstly. Sentinels of Astaril. I would go for those first. And then... There's so many high elf Doom stacks. Just pick whichever one you want. But first one, go for Sentinels of Astaril. Wallach Harkin.
Yeah, Wallach. Yeah. Wallach Harkin, I think, is... If you're going to get a playable Blood Dragon besides the Red Duke, it's going to be Wallach.
Sorry.
Oh, how could you do this?
Sorry.
Why? No.
It's so stupid that I can override the decision. Sorry.
It's fine. Do we have some kind of...
I didn't even want to spectate it. I just clicked it because it was there. I don't know.
He just wants to make me hate my life.
Sorry. No, I really didn't. That was an accident. My bad.
Forward!
Cody Smith did a $5 super chat. Toddy versus Beastman DLC.
I mean, Toddy's already in the game, so charging money for him would seem kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Just gonna be honest.
Yeah. if Boris Toddbringer was going to be added into the game, it'll be FLC.
Yeah, it's like he already has a unique model. He just doesn't have a unique voice, and he isn't playable. Like there's some stuff to do to make him playable, but it's
they
not
should
as much
get
as...
that guy that did the fucking Toddy. They should get that guy to voice.
I own
Boris.
that as a T-shirt. I was very happy with that buy.
Matthew Weigart did a $5 super chat. Not that I have any friends who play Total War, but how did you do this with Sotek? Is it co-op or mod? Oh yeah, it's a multiplayer co-op campaign. Yeah, that's
in the base game.
Yeah, it's in the base game. There's no mod. Thanks for super chat. Seth66 did a $5 super chat. Forgot to send a chat with that last one. Any chance we'll be able to play or create our own rogue faction at some point in Warhammer 3? I mean, that's a really sort of specific thing that CA have given no indication to, and that I can't answer. I don't think so. Yeah, you go.
The only thing I could say on that is that, like, I've listened to a lecture about how the rogue army system works, and it is super freaking complicated. So, like, if I don't think they could make it work for players, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. I got more super chats coming in. Thanks for the super chat so far, guys. Russian name, I can't read it. I'm sure there'll be lots of people correcting me. The 200 ruble super chat. Your cheese is disgusting. I hate it. Please send some more. Will do. Thanks for the super chat. Michael Vo, I don't know, did a 50 CZK super chat. Hey guys, what do you think about expanding Tomb King's unit number limited by buildings mechanic to other races? Rip Doomstacks probably would be more fun in my opinion. I am not necessarily for that. I think that's something that makes the Tomb Kings unique, and if you give it to every other race, it makes the Tomb Kings not unique. At the end of the day, if you don't want a Doomstack, don't Doomstack. If you like, for example, you take the Dreadsaurians, which are unit capped. They're not good. Like, I very rarely get Dreadsaurians. So if you start doing that, you're going to start making units not viable at all. And you might actually make the game less fun. You have to actually put the infrastructure in the game to begin with to allow for, like, unit caps. And there's a better way of doing unit caps, which is the Medieval 2 system, and we're very far away from that. So no, I don't think that something like that's going to happen. And if it does happen...
There are mods for it, though.
Yeah, like, if you want to have unit caps, just download a mod. But I think if you just universally, just blanket... Currently, just make an update comes out and just puts a unit cap on everything, I think you're going to make the game a lot less interesting for a lot more people. It would be a mistake. There's nothing stopping you right now from making variety armies. So why would you force the player to do something that they may not necessarily do, especially in a single player setting? And they've already put in unit caps into multiplayer. So again, it's like, you've kind of already got it. Don't force it on everybody else.
Yeah, and the big thing is that it's a unique gimmick. Like, if a faction has something that's like, oh, this was released as a part of this faction, it's something that they have that's cool and like new to them, it should probably stay that way, just to not have to, like, because otherwise you're messing with a lot of, like, stuff you probably don't want to mess with. Like, yeah, it's a cool feature, but if you give it to everybody, then you have to, like, go back to that race and, like, add more garbage, and it just gets really annoying.
It's unnecessary. Tristan Z did a €2 super chat. Thanks for the content. No worries, dude. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Marcel111 Zlin did a CZK100 super chat. Have you thought about a secondary channel that you would use for non-Warhammer related videos and streams so that would not interfere with your main channel? I actually do have a secondary channel. I don't upload to it anymore. Here's the thing. My current, like, the channel that I'm on right now, it's actually like a full-time job. Like, the amount of work that I do, it's full-time. So if I did a secondary channel, I would not put any effort into it at all, and that would be a waste of time. So I've got a secondary channel, and I could upload stuff to that, but I would designate that any effort put into that is a complete waste of my time. It's just not worth it at this stage. So
yeah, I think the only people that I think the only YouTubers that effectively have second channels that actually, like, it works for them are YouTubers that have a staff that do it for them.
All right, do you intend to go to war with the Order of Lawmasters?
Not right now.
But you will? Okay.
No, I don't intend to. I have a trade agreement with them.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get a trade agreement with them too. Then I just wanted to make sure before
I'm gonna take Lead, and then I'm gonna go east.
Yeah. Lightning Strike used to be limited to one lord. What do you mean by that? What's the best mount for a Druki Slave Master? Whatever you want. That doesn't matter. I don't put them in my armies. Have you looked into hiring someone to manage your channel for you? Sure. Hey, this thing that I'm doing just fine on my own, I'm gonna pay someone to do it, and will probably do a worse job of it. Like, I don't know. I don't want to hire someone. I don't want an employee. That just makes my life worse. You know? Why would I don't know. I don't know why people would want to do that. You know? I've got things running exactly how I want it. I don't want to hire anyone to read my emails, to, you know, I'm already producing tons of content. Why would I hire someone so that I could produce shit content on another channel that's gonna go nowhere? I don't see the point. Adam Molnar did a HUF 1000 super chat. Hey, what do you think about the option to move capital in Warhammer 3? How bad is it to have a minor city as your capital, for example, Itza and Vortex? Yeah, it would be actually very useful in this game, considering trade has to connect to your capital. It would be very useful if you could actually shift your capital, even if it costs some money. Thanks for the chat, appreciate you.
What other legendary lord from Katarin do I think Kislev will get, since Boris is not dead? For those of you who get this meme, Boris lives! No, I do not think Boris is dead. I have a big video about it. You can go watch on the channel. I think it's called The Betrayal of Yuri. Boris is not dead. There's no way Boris is dead.
Friggin' Beastman here. Oh no, they've got a thing of plague.
I hate plague so much. It's such a dumb mechanic.
No, it's a good mechanic. I just don't want to get
but
hit by it.
Sucks for everybody else.
Excuse me.
Uncounterable mechanics are bad game design.
Yes, that's true.
In this humble lizard's opinion.
Yep, I agree with that.
But you can count it with assassination. 40% chance.
Critical fail. Fucking 95% chance critical fail.
Oh, here's a good question. What units are you and I most excited for in Warhammer 3? I think I'm having a hard time not saying Bear Cav, but I think for me personally, the thing I'm the most excited to see are Great Unclean Ones. Like, Greater Demons in general are just gonna be fucking insane. What about you? What you know of?
Oh, we can trade now.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
We have connecting us. Or ports, one of the two.
Yeah, I got a port last turn. I could have traded last turn.
I will receive your petition.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
As you say.
Juggernauts did look pretty sick in the trailer.
Probably Flamers of Cinch?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good unit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Flamers of Cinch.
As a AOS player, I fucking hate flamers. They are overpowered as all shit.
Oh, well then, you know, I love overpowered shit. That's just right up my alley, you know. You know, here I am, admitting that I love overpowered shit, and then people come on and ask, hey Legend, would you like it if they remove that overpowered shit?
No, don't remove my toys. If you don't want to play with that toy, fine. Don't take away my toys.
So I think the last DLC will be a race pack. No. We already know whatever's coming next is a Lord pack. They've already confirmed that.
Okay, I think I got a super chat. Sebastian Sierra Urban did a $5 super chat. People always rave about Total War 3 Kingdoms Diplomacy. What's so special about it? Do you reckon there's a chance we get something similar in Warhammer 3? I'm sure there'll be something added for Warhammer 3 about, like, a change in diplomacy. Because the diplomacy in Warhammer 2 is pretty bare bones. And Troy is based off Warhammer 2, and Troy's diplomacy is certainly better, but we'll see. I mean,
one of the big problems with Total War Warhammer that we're just hoping will happen with 3, but is not guaranteed, is that Warhammer 1 really assumed that its player base was going to be super stupid, or they just weren't, like, they invested so much time in just making the battle system. God damn it!
Oh, you called me in.
I know, I'm sorry, I just realized it.
I could have got to jump on them.
I'm sorry. I never have to think about that button.
Yeah, I know.
Until today.
Goes another super chat. Tristan Zen did a €5 super chat. Any chance we will see more Legendary Lords ranked videos? Eventually, yes, just not right now. Thanks for super chat. I need to get rid of Clan Spittle before that hits. Okay.
What's up with the Boars is Alive meme? It's a meme from 40k. I don't remember which character it is. Maybe it's Vulcan, or I don't remember who it is. But one of the Space Marine chapters, their Primarch is like, whether or not he's dead is a matter of contention. So they have like a cult thing that they do where they say I think it's Vulcan, where they're like Vulcan lives, and then they stomp. So for fantasy we have co-opted it for Boris.
What do you think other factions like Empire or High Elf will get access to Ice Magic? No, I think they'll keep it just to Kislev.
Ice Magic is literally the lore of Kislev. Like it's purely Kislev unique, because it's like wielding the lore of the land, not like an actual lore centered around ice, so to speak.
Yeah, plus the Empire specifically has 8 colleges of magic. The only thing that they're going to get added at some point, maybe, and it's not a definite thing, is gold wizards. That's it. Yep. There is no other laws of magic that the Empire has. Except for necromancy.
well, if you want to have a quick trip to the Witch Hunter, yeah.
Yeah. So, and same thing with the elves. They've got all the laws of magic that they traditionally have. There's nothing left for them to get. Which lord traits are the best for Bretonia? Which lord is the best in, or your favorite? I don't care about the traits for Bretonia, except for damsels, because the lord traits for Bretonia are non-faction-wide or non-army-wide benefits. They don't get disciplined except for damsels. So I don't bother trait farming, and also because I get so many lords when playing as Bretonia, I just don't bother trait farming. It's a waste of time with lords and paladins. But with damsels, I go for knowledgeable primarily or disciplined. Those are the only ones I worry about. What do you think? Oh, sorry. You go.
Pollock's already answered that. It's going to be a Lord pack.
Okay. Stop wasting ammo. What do you think for a cool Easter egg? Show a derelict Space Hulk floating around the Realm of Chaos? No, I think they'd have to get Games Workshop's approval on that one.
Games Workshop probably is not going to okay a 40k Easter egg in a fantasy setting and vice versa.
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine if there was a Lord of the Rings game and that someone was like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if you put like a Dementor somewhere in the game? Yeah, they'd be like, nah. I mean, it's not named by the same people. I don't know. It's just not the same thing. It would
basically be the same, though.
Yeah. It's like Warhammer 40k and fantasy are two distinct things. They're very similar, made by the same people, but they're two very distinct things. Whereas Age of Sigmar is the part 2 of fantasy.
A really weird part 2, but it's got its charms.
When is the
Lord? Do I think greater demons will be generals or monsters? I think they'll be both. So one thing they introduced that I think they'll probably use for the fantasy demons is that there are different tiers of greater demons, or like different styles. So they'll probably have like, and generally there's at least 2. So there's like 2 types of Lords of Change, 2 types of Great Unclean Ones. There's 3 types of Bloodthirsters, and there's like 4 types of Vermin Lords and all that stuff. So what they'll probably do is have it where like the biggest, baddest version is a general only, like a Lord. And then if you go, up to get all the fancy buildings and stuff, you'll be able to get one of the other versions of the Greater Demons. So if you want an army that just has a shitload of them, you can, because, go for it.
Harrison Brown. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, I'll let you finish. Sorry.
No, that was that. I was done.
Okay. Harrison Brown came up with a good analogy. It's like if Indiana Jones found a lightsaber. Yes, that's right, because they're made by the same people, but it's a very different universe. That's a good analogy. Well done. What the fuck was that?
I'm looking forward to the Chaos lores being added to the game. Lore of Nurgle, Lore of Zinch, and Lore of Slanesh are very, very fun lores. I'm really curious how they're going to implement them.
Well, what about Lore of Corn?
The lore. Oh, man. I actually just read a story that kept making me laugh because it's about, like, a necromancer who's, like, so pissed off that he, like, accidentally keeps intriguing Khorne. It was a really funny book. I enjoyed it.
Part 2 of Fantasy nobody wanted. Yeah, so the thing is with Age of Sigmar, I think nobody initially wanted it, but now that it's happened, there are fans of Age of Sigmar, and that there's no turning back from it. They're not going to retcon it.
I like AOS. I play the shit out of it. It's a great game. It's not... I don't consider it like a replacement for Fantasy, but in and of itself, it's fun, and the lore is interesting, and, like, it's different. I wouldn't want it to go away. I mean, if you don't like it, that's totally fine. You know, that's...
But I don't want to play Pontus.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you must play AOS. Hey, Priest of Cthulhu, thanks for the $5 tip. Are witch hunters in Fantasy the equivalent of 40k Inquisitors? Essentially, yeah. They wander around the Empire looking for people who are corrupted or doing things they're not supposed to be doing, and they either burn them at the stake or shoot them in the back of the head. So yeah, they're very similar. But witch hunters in Fantasy are a little less, like... They're much less... They don't have as much... They don't have quite as much authority as the Inquisition. And they also tend to be much more preoccupied with, like, hunting actual witches and, like, chaos cults and a lot of undead. They're very busy with undead stuff. So while they are similar to the Inquisition, they don't quite have as nasty of a reputation, though a lot of people are very scared of them, don't like them, because they can execute you based on, like, suspicion. They don't necessarily, like, need to hardcore prove it unless you're someone important.
Toa did a $2.79 super chat. My two favorite Warhammer creators. What a dope day. No worries, dude. Thank you for the super chat.
I hate Warp Lightning. Me too, Godzilla 2021. It is probably one of the best damn spells in this game. At least in single player. Like, it is such a damn good spell.
Yeah, it's
and the
nice
AI
and cheap.
is irritatingly good at using it.
Yeah, there's so many spells that the AI are bad at using. Like, have you seen Malekith use any of his magic? It's like, I know, I'm gonna use Blade Wind on my own units. Or I'm gonna use what's it called? Chill Wind on a single entity and blast the radius right back into my own units. But the Skaven are actually good at casting Warp Lightning.
Which is just bizarre. It's like whoever designed the AI sentience, like, just sat down with Warp Lightning and was like, I'm gonna make this spell work.
Well, the reason for it is
In
because...
Sieges, they even use it the smart way in Sieges. They
Yeah.
target your units as they're coming out of the siege towers. And you're like, why? Why is this
Yeah.
the one spell the AI could use?
Bombardment spells would be easy for them to program, whereas breath spells would probably be a little bit more difficult because there's a lot more, like... More things can go wrong with a breath or a vortex spell, so they naturally get it wrong all the time. I took a lot more damage than I would have liked here. Oh, I thought it was over.
What would I add to Bretonnia for units /heroes /mechanics? I would like Bretonnia to get their Robin Hood character, Bertrand the Brigand. I'd also like them to get more, like, peasant units, like the Hemeralds, which are kind of like archers. They're like elite archers, by, like, well, you know, Bretonnian standards. I would like to see them get a lot more of, like, the Robin Hood aesthetic going. And from that point, you could probably have, like, a fun inversion or mess with the chivalry system a lot for that. Like, he cares a lot less about honor and chivalry. So maybe he can't really call upon the lady as much since he's, you know, he's a brigand. He's not a true knight. So maybe, like, your interaction with the lady would be a lot more complicated.
but you could have like way more fun shenanigans with like peasant garbage.
Theronet did a $20 super chat. There was a time where Fantasy and 40k were tied closely together, and the Fantasy planet was in the Eye of Terror. That was retconned by 3rd edition, I believe. The End Times books had a 40k Easter egg with the Skaven. Oh, did they? Okay, that's interesting. Thanks for super chat.
Yeah, there were a couple of 40k Easter eggs in the End Times, but the End Times also just did not give a flying fart about anything. I mean, Kabanda showed up, and Kabanda is basically just a 40k exclusive. Kabanda's entire lore is that he is a bloodthirster that has a giant hard-on for the Blood Angel Space Marine chapter. That is his entire story.
There's no way that these man-blight tribes are not going to be annoying.
Oh, I love when beastmen just sit there and just steal money. It's so great.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to deal with that. Just thinking how. And they have a Cygor too. Just thinking, how should I level up Croak? Maybe...
Have I ever seen the Warhammer Armies Project blog? Yes, I'm very familiar with it.
Alright, that should do okay. And... yeah. I don't want to recruit more units if I can handle it.
Oh, dude, laser eye, do not get me started on how shooting works in this game compared to like how I think it should work.
Oh my god, look how strong Clan Pestilence is.
Yeah, he's got a lot of territory, and he's doing pretty well.
He's already taken out.
I dragged you into that.
Yeah, it's not good.
The regret is real.
Yeah, I could have got that jump on them.
We could start up the autosave.
No, it's legendary. It's over.
Oh yeah, good point.
All right. Well. Yeah, I can confederate these guys, but I don't see what the point is. They're dead. How many settlements do they have? Let's see if I can find out which settlements they have exactly. Alright, they got 6. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so they probably don't have this region here. Because it starts off as a ruin. They probably have that one. Let me have a look with, what's his face? Blessed Dread.
How long do I think it'll be before a Total War 40k after Total War Warhammer 3 if they're going to do it? Probably 3 years-ish. Like, there's probably going to be a giant historical thing after Warhammer's all done. Because, like, the historical community's been dying for a big Western title. Like Empire 2 or Medieval 3 or Civil War. I don't know what kind of garbage. Or World War 1. I don't know what they're going to do, but they'll do something.
Career Crack Addict did a €5 super chat. Hey Legend, thoughts on Lord Croak? In my opinion, best hero in Warhammer 3 damage output wise, and his spells don't damage friendly troops who can compete with him. He's okay. I would actually say Ariel is better than Croak. She's got a wider variety of spells. Her spells can actually do more damage. She's part of a faction that can generate faction a lot quicker than Lizardmen. And while Croak is basically a basic bitch in terms of like his ability to use them. Anybody can use Croak. It's super easy because you put the spell down and it just blows up only enemy units. Whereas if you use Ariel as an example, she can cast Dwellers Below. Now, Dwellers Below can damage your own units, but it's actually more damaging in my opinion than any of the Itza spells. And she's got loads of other spells that she can use. So I would say that Croak is great for beginner magic users, but if you want to be an advanced magic user, Ariel is like way better than Croak in this. Way better. Well, just a bit better. N19 of the L did a $5 super chat. Do you manually hate your viewers, or is it special today? Sorry, do you normally hate? Man, alright, thanks for super chat. You've done. That's not the first time you've said that. Bye bye.
What a rude boy. Jesus.
That's not the first time he said that. Bye bye. Gone.
Stone Sentry, go to.
Don't know what the hell he was talking about there. I don't think I've done anything wrong at all.
Not on this stream.
Nah, he's just trying to start shit. Alright, thanks for the $5. See you never. You get that every now and again. Very annoying, but it's a bannable offense. Alright, I'm getting pretty close to
Is there anything
revolt
else to come
again.
for Tomb Kings? I mean, they could get some more legendary lords. They could get, they're missing a hero if they really wanted to do that. They're missing, like, the banner guy, which, granted, they don't really do banner guys in this game, but you never know. And they are missing the tomb... Oh, gosh. Oh, Lord. I'm blanking. The giant beetle. The really big beetle.
Itza.
Good Lord, I cannot remember what it's called. It's a giant... It's like imagine a construct like the size... Like, not quite as big as a Dreadsaurian, but it's like a giant scarab beetle construct. So, like, a Necrosphinx or the Chimeric Titan. There we go. The Chimeric Titan. That is the thing that they are missing.
Marcus Williams did a $5 super chat. Do you guys think Dawn of War series comes back if Total War jumps to 40k? I mean, I think Dawn of War 3 kind of killed Dawn of War franchise.
Yeah, I think they had their shot and they missed.
Yeah, I think they killed it with that, which is a shame because I really like Dawn of War and I can't see them reviving it after that. It could be another decade before we see another Dawn of War game.
Sega owns both of them. Like, Sega owns Relic and all those guys, and they own Creative Assembly. Like, I do not think that they're gonna... I do not think they're gonna look at that situation and be like, oh yeah, let's let two of our companies make competing titles. Like, they're either gonna let Creative Assembly do it, or they're gonna let Relic do it. Relic had their chance and they blew it.
Yeah, but thanks for the super chat. No love for Gorich. Gorich is good. Gorich is good. What's this? Oh, they attacked you in Force March. Oh dear.
Yep.
Auto resolve?
Oh, they've actually
Did they join the war against you, or did they straight up declare war?
They declared war on me.
Right. Did they do it over the end turn? Yeah, they must have seen you coming. Just going to the first Dawn of War like 2 days ago. It's a shame. Well, there's plenty of content in Dawn of War 1 and 2, but Dawn of War 3, they bailed on that super quick. They were just like, yep, we failed. Let's not quit while we're like massively behind, basically.
Yeah, I think that's what like really pissed everybody off was that like they didn't even that game came out and it was like, oh yeah, this is not very good, but like they bailed.
They could have saved it. It was salvageable in my opinion. I liked some of the stuff that they had in it. They just needed to put some more work into it, but they bailed on it super hard. They're like, well, we got Age of Empires 4 coming. Let's just bail on this. It's a really big shame.
Yeah, it was a pretty big FU to everybody that like bought the game or like was like, oh, maybe it'll get better. Like it was a huge ugly situation. It wasn't great.
Do blobs of 2 army skeletons lag your PC as well? Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. If you put too many units in the exact same spot, it'll lag out. Do you guys think that a Warhammer 40k would be a 4X game with Space 2? I'm pretty sure there already is 40k games like that.
Yeah, there's quite a few 40k games on the market.
Oh man. Oh dear.
I wish I had done some sacrifices last turn now that I think about it.
Oh dear. Oh, I don't like how this is looking. You've only got 40 winds of magic. Oh, do you know what you should do? Give me the Bastillodon Ark of Sotek.
There you go.
Okay, time to sacrifice it. No, I'm just kidding. I really think we need to cheese to win this, so I think we should try to waste as much of those skeleton archers ammo as possible. So you should probably get Tehenwin to do it. Tehenwin would be better to do it.
Okay.
I might...
Send forth the cheese wheeze.
Yeah, Bastillodons are slow. Yeah, they're too slow to do this. Yeah. Because, yeah, those archers are definitely going to be a big problem for you. Is that Tomb Guard there? Okay, we need to pop this down on top of them. But the problem... What's the cooldown on this? 60 seconds. Rockalith donated $1. Alright, thanks, dude. Appreciate the super chat.
Ah, birds!
Good thing Bacillons have loads of armor. But yeah, I can't move while that's active. Oh wait, yes I can. I must be thinking of something else. Alright, and that is doing... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. It did a lot of damage. It did a lot of damage. Didn't kill many, but it did do a lot of damage. And it is still continuing to do a lot of damage. Okay, so that was alright. That was alright. We just need to do more of that. Caboose from Steam did a $5 super chat. Hey, listen, love the content. What do you, Sotek, like most about dwarves and dislike most about them? Okay, I dislike most about dwarves is that they're extremely stubborn and resistant to change. I like most about them that they are not Waziks. They're good with money. I can respect a money man. They like their money.
They do, that is true. I think for me, my favorite thing about dwarves, honestly, is just like how I like the honor system for dwarves, and I like how seriously they take grudges. There's something like cathartic / inspiring about just how much of spiteful little turds they are. I don't know what it is, but it just speaks to, I think, me and a lot of people on like a deep, like, I wish I could be that vindictive.
Yeah, the thing is, like, being that vindictive is, like, it might seem, it might seem cool on paper, but like sometimes it's better to just let things go. And dwarves just don't ever let it go. Like, if you shortchange them by a penny, they'll remember it. And sometimes it's like for example, I ordered fish and chips a little while ago, right? This happened a couple of weeks ago, and I ordered a pineapple fritter with it. And when we got home, because we didn't check, they didn't put the pineapple fritter in the thing. Now, I could have A, sworn to have never bought there again, which, it's good fish and chips, but they just didn't put in the pineapple fritter. B, walked all the way back there and be like, I didn't get my pineapple fritter! And waited there for another 20 minutes. Or, I C, which is what I did, was like, next time I'll check, and I'll let it go. Sometimes things are not worth fighting for.
Oh yeah.
True story.
Yeah, the dwarves definitely take it way too far, but it is fun to read about.
But yeah, like, I'll totally go back to that. I mean, because I know, they just forgot, you know? And I missed out on a pineapple fritter. Whatever, who cares? Sometimes you gotta let things go, and dwarves... Yeah, I think it's all me, because I got 25,000 damage done on this Ark of Sotek. Actually, you're doing really well with that as well. Yeah, I think we're gonna get this.
Yeah, that Flock of Doom Ark of Sotek combo is so nasty. It's great.
Alright, we got another one of these. Probably better off putting it on the
shop tea will be down pretty soon. There they go.
Yep. Italian Gaming did a $5 super chat saying co-op. Yep, this is a co-op. It's actually a dream, dude. You're just imagining this. This isn't actually real because I never do multiplayer.
Yeah, I don't really play with other people, so you're just imagining all this, which I don't know why this is what you're dreaming about instead of something, you know.
I only ever play with myself.
We don't judge as much. I still find it so funny how they implemented Iron Drakes and Salamanders in this game. Like, compared to what they do in tabletop or in how their weapons are described, they flip them. Whereas Salamanders, like, Salamanders in tabletop spit out like these giant jets of flame. that ignite on contact with the air and like spread all over like tons and tons of guys.
Oh, mangonels
They're
from Medieval 2.
Yeah. And then Iron Drakes are supposed to shoot out like a singular like alchemical bolt of like molten metal kind of garbage.
Hey, we won.
Like,
How about that?
Destroys people. Can break the Dream Team. Yeah, your Tomb Kings, you nerds. Well, good. This will make taking their capital a lot easier, since they just used away their big army. Isn't the red host red? What? Oh, you asking about the color scheme? I don't know. Ask CA. Don't ask me. I didn't make the rules. I just read books, dude. I'm just a nerd. Iron Drakes need more damage buffs? I don't know, dude. They're pretty strong in multiplayer. Iron Drakes are pretty strong. Like, if they get a lineup on a good shot, they will melt just about anything in the game.
Well, Zottel just fell, so I can pretty much assume that Clan Pestilence is there. They probably have about 3 or 4 times my strength rating.
Oh, goodness, it's noon. Do you mind if we wrap this up here?
But 4 hours? What's wrong with your stamina?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's fine.
I gotta go do things.
I mean, this is a... I'm not... Yeah, we can end it. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I don't, like, I was having so much fun, I wasn't paying attention at the time.
Yeah, no, that's...
Promise
No,
I'm
I was
there,
really
go check
enjoying
out
it
some
too.
things.
It's a shame we can't do this again. No, I'm just kidding.
It's like, yeah, this was a terrible experience, and never again.
I never do part 2s.
Have I lost weight? I really doubt it. I mean, I have been exercising, but I have maybe a little. I've been dieting and exercising, but I've only been on it for like a week or 2.
Why did you rate Durthu so high? He has shitty magic and decently buff treatment. Yeah, you don't use Durthu for his magic. You're right, his magic is shit. But if you would just attach a Spellslinger into his army, problem solved. Just attach a Spellslinger of life. Anyway, Durthu's got so many skills, just don't put any points into his magic. And yeah, Durthu reduces the upkeep cost on Treeman by a lot. That is worth so much to the Wood Elves. But yeah, I guess that's the end of the stream today.
Yes, but I'm definitely down to continue this campaign.
Yeah, me too.
Another time.
Good. Yep. It was a good turnout here. I hope you guys are enjoying it. When would you... Well, we can talk about this later.
Yes. But Legend, thanks so much for inviting me on and having me on. This was fun, just talking about shooting the shit.
No worries. And next time, it's you and me versus Pestilence. It's on now.
Yeah, our empires are literally divided by a singular large foe.
Yeah.
This will be good.
Yeah. When is part 2? Well, new schedules come into effect, so I take Friday and Saturday off. So at the earliest, Sunday.
It'll probably be soon, but like probably in the next week.
Yeah.
In any event, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off the Discord and say goodbye to chat for a bit. But
Okay.
Legend, I'll talk to you later, my dude.
All right, no worries. Catch you later. Bye.
See you, man.
Okay. Alright, now that he's gone, we can shit talk him. No, I'm just kidding. Slylock did a $5 super chat saying cheers, thanks for the content. No worries, dude. Appreciate you. Christian C did a £5 super chat. Hey, Legend. Hope you're doing... Oh, hang on. Wait. Don't leave yet. Wait. if we exit the game right now, this is a problem with legendary co-op. Let me just check when was the last time that actually saved. That's under multiplayer. It doesn't, because hang on, it last saved 10 minutes ago, more than 10 minutes ago. Yeah, no, he would have to do that battle again. Oh god. Maybe if I just do my turn, it'll save. Hang on a sec, guys. I'll answer some questions in just a minute. I just answer this one. Christian C did a £5 super chat. Hey, legend. Hope you're doing well and keep the good content as always. Just want to ask, how do you summon more than one single Queen Bess? You can't. You can only get one per campaign. I mean, only one at a time. All right. I think I can. If they come over this way, I think I can defend against it. I'm gonna get Croak to search the ruins down here. Ah, crap. No, I can't attack that. Oh, they're at war with Cult of Sotek. No, they're not going to do that. Okay. How are we going to handle this? I think I need to lure them back over this way, so what I'm going to do... I'm going to stand here. I don't think Sotek has, like, left the game. He just walked away from the computer. I'm just checking my Discord. Okay, just send me a message. Not gonna be fighting any battles this turn. I just need to... I need to declare war on them. What's their movement range? Alright, they can get back to Marks of the Old Ones. Okay, so here's what we do. We declare war on them. Don't need to call in Cult of Sotek. And I need to stand here in ambush stance. So that they don't detect us. Wait, did that work? Oh, crap. No replenishment from that. I didn't realize that would work. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. And then... Oh, we're gonna have a revolt here too. Well, I don't... Jeez, lots of problems. Okay, and then just leave this guy right here. If he gets ambushed by these beastmen, that's fine. But if the ambush doesn't work, like, we should be out of range from this. But we want him to come this way so that I can attack him next turn. Yeah. Okay, and then start researching that. In terms of money stuff, I might just save up the money. I don't have that much anyway. And as soon as I hit end turn... Hang on, if I exempt it from taxation, will that make any difference? No, it won't. It doesn't matter. The rebellion will be a shitty Skaven revolt. I'll just have to deal with it. Okay, let's see. Is it going to save? I think it just saved the game. Did it save? Let me just check. It has saved. Yes, the game is saved. Okay, cool. We can leave now. Good timing. So, yeah, there he goes. Alright, let me have a look at the other stuff in the chat. Oh, well, everyone's bailing on the stream anyway. Alright, well, that's the end of the streams for the week. There's no D-Live stream today or tomorrow. I will be back on Sunday, maybe with the continuation of this. Otherwise, I don't know. I might start a new campaign, or I might continue the High Off campaign. It just depends on what I feel like doing. But I appreciate all... Hang on. Matt Selby says, when are we going to do a co-op campaign, Legend? You had your chance, dude. You had your chance. Thanks for stopping by. Anyway, that's the end of this stream. I guess we're ending it a little bit early, but that's okay. I'll make up for it later in the week, next week, I guess. What do you guys think about the quest battles about General's quest system? It's okay. There's definitely, I think, some problems with it, especially on the higher difficulties, and that the incentives aren't very good for some of the items, but I don't think there's inherently a problem with the way it works. It's just that some items are definitely worth getting, and other items I just don't bother with. Anyway, that's the end of this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate all the support, and I will see you guys on Saturday with a live stream one way or another. Okay, later guys. Appreciate you. See you next time, fuckers. Bye. Wait, hang on. Let's check a host to someone. Wait, let's check a host to someone. I forgot to do that. Oh my god, I wasn't expecting it to end. Wait, I'm supposed to host someone. Let's see, who's live streaming? Sotek is... Oh, he's going to end it in a minute. Mercy, Nifty... Alright, we'll chuck it over to Nifty Knight, because we did to Mercy the Mad yesterday. But, yeah, check out Nifty Knight. He's currently playing De Greenest and Demeanors, Grom the Paunch live stream. I'm sure he's playing on Legendary difficulty. And, yeah, I'm going to go get some... I don't know, just get an early night, I guess. Alright, appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on